Hey everyone, today is Thursday, the 13th of June 2019. This is The Gap, episode 471. I'm Luke Lawrie. Joab Gilroy's here. How's your E3 week going, Joab? You tired?
Yeah, I'm quite tired, but I think it's because I'm coming down with something, not because of E3 necessarily. It is, obviously a busy week, but yeah, just think I'm getting sick. My wife's quite sick, so
Right.
yeah. Speaking of wives, hey,
Yes.
congratulations to Lukey. Lukey got married on Monday. It was awesome. It was fucking crazy how nice the weather was. And a great location down at the Opera House. So it's sort of overlooking the bridge and
The
whatnot.
harbour, yeah.
Yeah, it was sick. It was awesome.
It's a good day.
It was a good day, and it was a long day.
It was a long day. It wasn't really a wedding, it was more just signing paperwork.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that went for about 10, not even 5 minutes.
No,
And the rest of it was just drinking.
drinking for hours and 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 hours.
Yeah.
It was like 15
then-
hours of drinking.
And then karaoke.
Yeah. Spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so yep, there's that awesome dude, and yeah. Other than that, yeah, my wife quite sick, and I think I've got it, so I'm stoked. Yeah, I can't wait for that to finish kicking in, probably over the weekend. So yeah, that's got me fucking rough, but nonetheless, what hasn't been helping is probably the fucking most underwhelming E3 in my career as a games journalist. I was not impressed with E3 this year at all. Actually, before we start that, can we talk about Empires and Puzzles? That mobile game you always fucking play?
Yeah.
So it's a match 3 game. We've talked about it before. It's got some like light idle game shit going on in the background. I guess Farmville style shit going on in the background of it, right?
Right.
Like you're building up your base and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How the fuck do I fucking do anything in this fucking game? I've got my fucking crew. I've got my team,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They're worth like 1,400 points, which I'm sure is dick all. And like every time it's like go raid people, right? I can raid 6 people a day. It seems I've got enough energy to raid 6 people a day. Every time it matches me up with someone in my trophies range, they're easily 400 to 500 like points above me.
Yeah.
So like half the time they'll have like a level 50 fucking hero who can one shot my entire fucking like team.
Right.
Like literally just the first time that person attacks, everyone dies,
Yeah.
and that's it for me. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
There's a campaign. Have you been playing the campaign?
I'm up to chapter 9 in the campaign, I believe it is.
Right.
And I'm stalling out on that as well. Like, clearly my fucking dudes are not powerful enough to actually battle all the way through the campaign either. So I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do there either.
Right. And are you training new heroes and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I'm doing the training and stuff. Like, I've got 2 little training camps now. And they're both non-stop churning out motherfuckers. Like non-stop churning out motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And then I guess I use those to level up, right? I've got like all my farms at the max level that they can be, so I can get the fucking most food, which
Yeah.
I use for leveling up of characters or whatever. But I just don't see how I'm supposed to get to the fucking like my highest character is I think level 10. And I get put up against like level 50 dudes. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do there. Like,
Did you
doesn't make any
ascend them?
sense. No, I can't ascend them until they're minimum level 20 or some shit.
Right. Okay, so you got to get to you get to the max, and then you basically just keep growing these characters. But you can, once you get into the raids, you can re-roll on them, and it just costs you food. Yeah. Like I'm
Right.
at a point where like that doesn't cost me anything basically to re-roll. I think it's like 1,000 or around about 1,000 to reroll, and which is nothing. So you just reroll until you find someone that's around your level, or if you think you're confident in beating them. Like generally, you can look at their loadout. Once you get to know the game, you get to know some of the heroes you're going up against and like what you think you can deal with and what you can't. Yeah, and I just play it by ear like that. So,
Right.
yeah, but otherwise, like I basically wake up in the morning. I do my like campaign missions. I'll go out and do farming for items that I need to like level up my guys. And then I'll through that run I'll get like 10 people that I can create, and then I'll like I'll start training them, and then the 10 that I've already got from the day before, I'll add them to my crew, and that's like usually 5-6 levels depending on what I've gotten out of it. Because as you start like upgrading the houses, you get to different tiers of heroes. Like you start off with like uncommon heroes, and then it goes to common, and then rare, and then like it takes a bit more time for them to build. But you'll get to a point where it's like the next level is like, oh, it doesn't take as long to build these guys because it's another level of your training house, whatever it is.
Right.
But I never got to a point where I was stalled out, except for where I'm at the moment. And that's mainly because I'm trying to build up my characters a bit more, and I'm focusing on that aspect now rather than just trying to go through the campaign. But I'm doing a lot of like alliance stuff. So I joined like a clan a couple months back, and I've been doing a lot of that, and that gives you you get chests for completing titans. So titans are like these giant beasts that you go up against, and they come every like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a day I think they show up. And so once you complete them, that's like another area where you can get more resources and more people out of them. Like sometimes you'll get like rare heroes out of those guys, or like a rare summon token, and I've had that happen before, and that's a huge boost to like your team, because all of a sudden you're rocking like, what are what's like your combination? They like level like 2-star characters or something like that?
I've got 2 3-star characters.
Yeah.
And 3 2-star characters.
Right. Yeah, so most of mine at the moment, and I've spent no money in this game at all. It's just like I just roll around in it. I think I've got like 3 4-stars, and the others are 3 stars. And that's just from playing the game. And like the game just giving it to you. You complete achievements, or I think they're called missions in the game, by like doing certain tasks, and sometimes they'll give you like new characters. So yeah, I don't know. I just like, obviously you'll probably get to a point where it's like it'll slow down for you, but for a game that I don't have to spend any money in, I've never felt like I've hit a wall. Like, oh, I can't do anything now. I'm always doing something in that game.
Is there anything that can I go back and play earlier levels and shit?
Yeah, you go back. That's how you farm up your characters. Because like you'll get to a point where you need to train your heroes, and it's like, oh, you need these resources to do that. And so you can go, I think if you tap on the icon, it'll tell you where you can find those resources. So you go back to those levels, and you just farm them. Like, they're really easy to do, and you just bash them out.
Okay.
So that's what like I'm at the moment. Like I'm leveling up. I'm like building a team of characters at the moment. Like I've got I don't have any healers on my team. I was purely fucking just attacking everybody with just brute force. I've just got a healer that I'm a 3-star healer that I'm leveling up at the moment, that I'm going to chuck in there at some stage. I'll stick him next to like my 2 tanky dudes, and then that way that'll get me a bit of a bit more action in some of those raids, and also a bit more survivability in the alliance stuff as well, because the alliance is where you go up and battle against other people in the game.
Okay.
And so that can become a pain in the, like healers, man. I struggle so hard with healers, because sometimes they've got really good combinations, and I'm like doing all this damage, and then all of a sudden
they're straight back at full or some
back
shit.
Up to full health. And I'm like, fuck, I need to like focus on that healer.
So how do I keep getting put up against motherfuckers at level 50 when I'm fucking clearly like nobody in my fucking level range should be facing off against them?
I think the matchmaking works by looking at your trophy score. And
I don't know. Are they just smurfing or some shit? Well,
it could be that they've gone AFK or something like that, and or they're getting attacked by higher level characters, or they've gone AFK and they're not really getting their trophy score back up, but they've got these like a strong character still there, sitting there. So that could be what it is. Otherwise, yeah, just if you've got enough resources to reroll, because I don't think it costs that much to do it. I usually just reroll until I find something that I'm like, I can fucking smash this person, and generally I'll play them, and the ones I lose is because they've got a healer that I can't get rid of. I'm like, fuck you healers. But yeah, man, just reroll. That's what I do.
Okay.
There's obviously, I think it's doing it on purpose, like to make you spend some resources. Like sometimes it'll be like, you'll win 50, trophy points if you beat this fight, and you look at their team and you're like, I can't beat these guys, they'll just destroy me. So you try and bring it back to someone that's a bit more even, like a 30-30 or a 10-40. They're the ones that hurts, like the ones where you'll get 10 points, but if you lose, they'll get 40. Because obviously you're more powerful than they are, but sometimes, it's RNG will just manage to screw you over sometimes, and that's the way things go. But yeah, maybe just, I don't know, maybe try and go back a little bit, see, like, are you purely focusing on like leveling up one character at a time, or are you doing?
No, I've spread it out across the fucking board.
Right? Yeah.
I don't love any of my characters. Like, I don't love any of their fucking special moves. So I don't want to like pour everything into one and then find out that it's just garbage and I've got something else. Am I supposed to have? I've come up against a lot of people with like different, like a lot of the same color and shit. I've got like one of each color.
Yeah.
Because I figured that would make the most sense. But I've seen a bunch of came up against one dude who had 3 purples and 2 yellows.
Right.
Which was a good, like, pretty well constructed team. I don't know how the fuck he wound up in my trophy range, but basically anytime you do like a purple attack, it'd hit one of the purples and do fuck all damage. So you're trying to find like that perfect range is really tough to find.
Yeah. So you can I roll around with my defensive team is purely like a mix of all the colors, because I don't have enough to just be like, a couple of red and some green. You can do it that way. I don't like it attacking because it means you miss out on the gems. If you don't have them, then it says hero missing, and you don't get hit points for that. But on a defensive team, I haven't played around with it, but I've definitely seen those combinations. So you can set it up so your defensive team is different to your attacking team.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But what I would do is I would not focus on leveling up your level 2 characters as much. Right. I'd probably focus more on level 3 stuff, because
I'll use them for longer.
Yeah, you'll use them for longer.
Yeah.
So make like a big tanky level 3 hero and focus on that stuff.
Yeah, okay.
A bit more. And don't worry too much about like going through the campaign as much. Like if you find yourself you're losing battles, then go back and try and buff them up a bit. Because I didn't get to a point where, I think the moment I started really struggling to get anywhere in the campaign was around level 18 or 17 in the season. But yeah, see how you go.
I guess if I just leave the fucking game alone for a bit, I'll actually build up some resources, and then I'll be able to use all that shit that I've leveled up, as opposed to
I've also been playing
because I don't have any fucking food. Yeah. True. All right, let's talk about E3.
E3 started.
It did. Like I was saying, unbelievably underwhelming, in my opinion. Just, a couple of cool, obviously some really cool moments, but otherwise, no.
Yeah.
Dull as fuck.
Why we might I think we'll go through everything. Like
attack it chronologically.
Yeah, let's go through it in order. I don't know if we can do the game announcements and all the reveals in order. I've got a list of everything, but
all right, so here's what you do, and anyone can do this. Anyone listening at home can do this. Is you go to 2019.e3recap.com.
Yeah.
And you can they've actually put all of the games as they were announced in order. And you can use that as a resource to work out when the fuck shit was announced.
What's the site?
2019.e3recap.com.
Okay. if they want to follow along at home.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can also use it so you can see all of the, because they've got like links to all the trailers and stuff. So it's a really easy way to catch up on. It's how I was catching up on the stuff that I missed, like the PC Gaming Show. I didn't watch the PC Gaming Show. I just watched the trailers from it because I figured I was just going to skip through it anyway.
Right. Did we talk about Google last week?
I don't think so.
Let me check.
I don't know.
Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it. It's
maybe it's because we were talking to each other about it. That's why it sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't watch it, but do you want to talk about that quickly?
Yeah, let's knock it out real quick. Hang on. I summed up all the fucking relevant bits in one place, but I didn't think we were going to talk about it. For some reason, I thought we'd talked about it already. So here we go. So yeah, it's we already know what Stadia is. We already know it's not coming to Australia. Or yet, I guess it's not a launch area. Controller looks fine. It doesn't look good or anything spectacular, but it looks fine. It's not going to replace my Xbox 360 controller. So, yeah, I think the Xbox 360 controller is the most lasting fucking piece of hardware I have, like, except for my Dell monitors, my side monitors. But anyway, so estimated $190 upfront to get the Google Stadia package, which includes the controller, a Chromecast Ultra, 3 months of Stadia Pro, Destiny 2, which went free to play literally the same day that they announced this, a Stadia Buddy Pass, and the ability to, like, I don't know, save your name on Stadia so nobody else could be Joby.
Yeah,
which that fucking matters.
A bit strange. I mean, we're in a day where we've got a lot of companies that have done like the like attaching a number or something like that.
Joby hashtag 0732 is me on Discord. If you want to add me as a friend, yeah, like just do that. Fucking easy peasy. So. Yeah, that's not amazing. $16 a month gets you Stadia Pro, where you still need to buy games, but they add a free game into the mix. So you'll get one free game every month, so like the Game Pass or whatever the fuck. The first game off the rank, the first cab off the rank is Destiny 2, which, like I said, is fucking free to play, so that's crazy. And the real kicker that it uses a terabyte of data in about 2.5 days of streaming. So about 60 hours of streaming is a terabyte, a full terabyte, which means you basically need unlimited internet if you're going to use this thing, because that's just for this game. It's just for this one thing. So you wouldn't be able to use anything else. It'd be utterly cooked if you're on a 1 terabyte plan. Like, what's the average playtime for? I think the PricewaterhouseCoopers did a analysis, like released their fucking esports report, and in Australia, the average time spent playing a game every day for someone who identifies as a gamer is 3 hours,
right?
Which means you would use a terabyte and a half of data every month on Stadia. 30 days a month, 3 hours, 3 times 90 hours, 3 times 30 is 90 hours is a terabyte and a half on Stadia. I've got unlimited. I'd be able to do it. I wouldn't give a fuck. I did the connection test, and I could use the 4K option, so I'd be fucking sweet. It's not coming here though, so it's not, much good to me.
Not yet, yeah.
But yeah, nevertheless, apparently you need a Chromecast. Apparently the Chromecast is a requisite. Like, you can't just use some like there's not like a TV app or something. I can do all the stuff Chromecast can do. I can do on my TV, and I'll be able to do on my new TV. My Samsung, I have a Samsung, and it shit its pants last week. Had a black shadow show up in the middle of the fucking screen out of nowhere. I was watching Elementary, and suddenly Sherlock's face is super dark. I'm like, what's going on here? This is an interesting artistic choice, and then the scene changes. I'm like, there's still a big shadow. Oh fuck. Yeah, the screen fucked itself. Spent like I don't know hours on the phone. Hours on. I think it was like an hour and a half online trying to connect with Samsung, like on Facebook, on Twitter, on their web thing. On their web thing, they just straight up disconnected me after 20 minutes without saying a thing, which was pretty odd. Called them, and they sorted it out inside of 2 minutes, which is like literally the direct opposite of how shit works these days. Usually, Facebook gets shit sorted in an instant, and trying to call people is like a surefire way to fucking bang your head against the wall. But not in this case. Yeah, called them up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll have someone come and check it out." And then dude walked in, and he's like, "Yeah, so this is what I thought it was going to be, and exactly that. Just going to take some photos of it." But I already checked before I came around. I already checked with the back office based on what you told them had happened to your TV. I already checked. We don't have the panel in stock, so we can't repair your TV. So I am going to recommend that you contact them and see if you can get a refurbed replacement. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Call up Samsung, and they're like, "Oh, you got to wait 48 hours for this stuff." And I'm like, "No, the repairman said to say I need to talk to like Samsung VOC," and the person on the phone is like, "Okay, I'll transfer you." Transfer me through. Person at Samsung VOC, I guess, comes through, and they're like, "Yeah, you got to wait 48 hours, I'm afraid." I'm like, "No, this dude said he's checked, it's done. Just go have a look." And they went and had a look, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't have any refurb replacements, so we will give you the 2019 version of this TV. We'll send it out inside the week." So that's it. So they're replacing my TV, which is pretty cool. But yeah, my old TV, 2016 TV, it has Android on it. It does Netflix and Stan and Plex and all that kind of shit without me needing to fucking worry about anything. I assume the 2019 variant will also do the same shit. But I can just plug a fucking controller into it and play fucking Google Stadia. Apparently you need a Chromecast. That very long fucking tangent, that very long story relates back to, you need a Chromecast for Google Stadia, apparently. I haven't seen any other details come out saying that you don't, which I think is kind of fucking dumb. I don't know. It's cooked. Can I play my fucking... I've got a fucking $2,000 fucking PC here. Can I use the web browser to play a fucking 4K game? Or should I just use my $2,000 PC and my 4K monitor to play fucking 4K games? Like, I don't really get it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. There's nothing like that. They just haven't fucking... There's no value proposition there that makes any sense to me. If I didn't have these things, then yeah, maybe I'd be tempted. But I just don't see what the fucking hook is. Like, what's the big hook that gets me into Stadia? They were saying stuff like we're doing stuff on Stadia that you've never seen in games before. What are those things? Don't fucking say that and then not show any. Like, what the... It is fucking... That is the fucking pointless catchphrase of this fucking E3 is, the stuff we're doing. You won't believe it when you see it. We're not showing it right now. But when you see it, you're going to fucking love it because it happened over and over and over again. The one main takeaway from this Stadia announcement was Baldur's Gate 3. And clearly Google, one of the biggest companies in the world, didn't have the fucking smarts about them to lock that shit in exclusive. Because if that was a Stadia exclusive, day one, baby. Like, holy fuck. I would be snaking my way, like doing what I used to do with the fucking PSP and getting one from fucking Japan on the sly just so I could play shit day one.
Yeah.
But because they didn't, I'll just play Baldur's Gate on Steam, and I'll play every other fucking game on Steam or whatever the fuck, Epic Game Store and whatever. Like, yeah, seriously, ludicrous, ludicrous. Baldur's Gate 3 looks fucking spectacular. Anyway, what are your thoughts? What do you think?
I didn't watch it live. I just watched a quick. I think I loaded it up and just sort of like flicked through it. Like it's not even in my mind what happened in that. That's how unimpactful it was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the fact that it's not coming to Australia, it's only coming to a bunch of regions at the moment. I think it'll get here in 2020. That seems like something they're gonna want to do. They're gonna want to get into this thing sooner rather than later, especially with Microsoft announcing Project xCloud and then teaming up with also Sony at the same time. They're gonna have to do that because Google has a track record of killing a lot of their applications that they use. And would you want to buy in on something where Google has a reputation of doing that? I don't know, because it is a buy-in. It's not just a subscription. It's a is it $120 US?
Yeah,
about that.
Yeah, yeah. You do have to actually. Yeah. Well, that's why I was putting so much emphasis on the fact that you need the fucking Chromecast, because you do have to buy into this shit. It's not like you just fucking add a subscription or whatever the fuck. You got to fucking buy it. It's crazy, and you've got to buy the games as well.
Yeah.
There's outlay there. It's not something you can just fucking revolutionizing gaming by democratizing it and bringing it to the fucking people. That's not happening. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, one thing I did note is that Baldur's Gate 3 is being made by Lawrie Studios, who made what are those games? Divinity.
Yes.
Original Sin. So probably going to be too hard for you to play, Luke. Sorry. You'll have to skip Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah. Too tricky for you. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Google, their pre-E3 bullshit. Let's move on to EA's pre-E3 bullshit, shall we?
Yeah. So EA didn't actually have a press conference, and then they announced a live stream. Because remember, it was originally split up into 3 days where they were going to be like, we're going to have, our EA Play thing, which is basically their own side event. They don't do E3 anymore, technically. They have a consumer event where people can come along and check out the games. And across those days, they were going to have we'll have our developers in to talk about the latest thing that we're showing off, and they'll have a look at that. And nobody really liked that format at all. And instead, they went to an early thing where they'd stream back to back, but the same sort of format, I guess.
Yeah.
And so they kicked things off with Jedi Fallen Order. Which was the first gameplay reveal of this, and I would have to say that I am pretty disappointed in it, especially coming from Respawn, who have made, I think, really fantastic games. Titanfall didn't sell well, but the games were amazing. Apex Legends is amazing. They're the creators of fantastic games like Call of Duty, even going back as far as Medal of Honor. These are the guys that have revolutionized, or that have set
long legacy,
a standard for PC shooters. First-person shooters.
Yeah.
And this is sort of them going into something. It's not really a first-person shooter. It's a third-person action-adventure game. Yep. And yeah, I don't know, man. I think that the thing that's got me worried is that this is a game coming out soon, and it doesn't look as polished as what I'd hope it would be at this stage.
Yeah, I have at this stage no interest in Jedi Fallen Order. It looks straight up like exactly the sort of game that they said people didn't want anymore. Remember that EA exec was talking about how people don't want single player linear narrative experiences anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was fucking correct, right? I don't give a fuck about what anyone says. That's not what people want to play anymore, right? What were the fucking biggest games of last year? Like everyone fucking flips over themselves to be all like, oh, the fucking best games last year was single player fucking narrative experiences. Oh, Red Dead Redemption, God of War, Spider-Man. None of them were fucking linear. Not a single one of these games is fucking linear. They're all fucking open-ended. Do whatever the fuck you want, but at the end of the day, you are following a story, right? But that's not linear. That's not a fucking closed narrative. You are making your own fucking story and then experiencing their story at the same time. These are fucking different things. This Jedi Fallen Order is the linear narrative experience that they were literally saying people don't want fucking anymore. People don't want it, and I don't want it. I don't want. Drew, I think it was Drew, pointed out that the fucking map in this demo that they showed is literally a bunch of hallways, like like just this fucking. Why would you bring up the map when it's just a bunch of hallways? And he is 1000% correct. This looks like they took Amy Hennig's Star Wars Uncharted, right? And then they gave it to Respawn and said, fucking do something. Holy shit. Because we need a game to fulfill our fucking obligations to Disney. That's what this looks like. Honest to God. This does not look like anything that I want to play at all. It looks like some fucking bland bargain basement fucking like I don't know, obligation contractual obligation filler shit. Like nothing. The combat looks fucking like spammy. Everyone's like, oh, but it's you got posture like in
Dark
Sekiro.
Souls.
Yeah,
they're saying it's like a From Software. Well, this is what the developers have been saying, that it's a From Software style combat, and I'm not seeing that.
No, I didn't see that.
It seems like a very light version of it.
It's like baby's first like Jedi shit as well. Like no limbs come off, right? Lightsabers chop through fucking starships, and like someone fucking just has a fucking orange line across them.
Yeah, but it's not as linear as like an Uncharted type game. They're talking about Metroidvania style levels, and also like you'll be able to sort of tackle them in your own way. I believe there's like a ship or something like that you'll be able to go in and venture out in the worlds. And
that's not what they showed us. That's
not
what
they showed us. But
and
that's
more
what
than
they're
that, more than that, what they showed us is one fucking planet. They have not shown us anything more than that one planet. Like maybe behind closed doors, that's what people are seeing. But here, like what they're showing the fucking world is, I saw a fucking like this fun fucking place, Forest Whitaker and some jungle place, and that's it. A generic fucking high octane action sequence where I guess you start stealing ATST, and that's it. Yeah. It
didn't blow me away. I was pretty disappointed. That's why I asked Nate like what he thought. And I think he came back and said like, yeah, pretty underwhelming for him. And he's a huge Star Wars dude.
He is.
Like EA sends him on Star Wars trips because they know that he's a Star Wars dude in Australia.
He's still playing Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all the fucking credentials he needs. Like, he's such a fucking dork for Star Wars that he actually continues to play Star Wars Battlefront 2. And still tries to get me to reinstall it as well. It's never going to happen.
Yeah. Check this out. There's a new update. You should come check it out.
Yeah. I'll be fine, buddy. Yeah. Why don't you and the 40 other people who still have it installed just play it on your own? Yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
Next up, they showed off Apex Legends. In particular, they talked about the new season that's coming quite soon. And they're teasing some things, Joab. I don't know if you've played much Apex Legends recently, but I jumped in the last couple of days.
Sure. We played together, too.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, you must have been very good. I think you're a bit rusty. They're doing... obviously, Fortnite has set the precedence in like the doing these types of games as a service, having these seasonal events where things change in the world and whatnot, and Apex has definitely acknowledged that, and they're taking inspiration from it. We saw in the trailer like a giant eye come up on the screen, and they're teasing something that's happening. And in the last couple of days, what's happened is the Leviathans within the game have started moving. They're no longer sort of in the background, just hanging out in the water. The Leviathans are these giant dinosaur-looking creatures that are in the backdrop of the world. They're no longer where they used to be in the game. They've started slowly moving across the map. I think 2 days into it, they were down towards like water treatment, which is the south side of the map. As of today, one of them is up near like the airbase. So something's going on. What's going on exactly? We'll see.
Yeah.
How that affects the world or what they're going to be doing, but it's cool nonetheless. Like, I like that sort of stuff.
That is cool.
Yeah. And it was one of those things where they didn't say that this was happening. It just like people logged in and were like, why have they moved? What is going on here? So that's kind of interesting. Otherwise, they showed off a new character, Watson, who is a defensive operator, like a defensive / support operator.
Yeah, my first reaction was, okay, I get it. So she is like for campers. She's the perfect camping tool. But I think she's a bit more versatile than that, which is good.
Yeah.
So basically, she drops these like
pylons.
Grid walls, sort of laser walls that do damage and do a bit of a stun to anyone who runs through them.
And pings them if they do.
And pings them as well, yeah. And so, she's like, she allows you to sort of cut off an area, at least wherever the pylons are. And she also has this other thing that she drops. I think that's the pylon, which recharges shields, and it's her ultimate. It recharges shields and also recharges her ability faster, so she can drop more of those things. Her passive is that she uses alt accelerants. They refill her ults fully. Like one alt accelerant does a full fucking charge for her, which is pretty huge because it makes it so that you're able to start like further into the game. You're not stuck like sitting around your fence.
Yep.
You can get to a point where you start like popping a fucking alt accelerant, recharging your fences as fast as possible through the pylon, making sure your team's shields are up, and then you pop another alt accelerant, drop another fucking pylon, and you can move on and drop more fences and stuff like that. And you can sort of shift from that perspective, which is pretty cool. It's a good idea.
Right.
She will still be pretty campy, but I think the trade-off, it seems like a powerful fucking utility for her, but the trade-off will be that you're unbelievably visible, right? Like, anyone will be able to see these big fucking walls. They're not invisible. They're not like cap can traps or some shit. So anyone will be able to see those fucking walls and just fucking wreck you. At least know exactly where you are. Just ping fucking grenades for days or something like that. Like, yeah, it'll be interesting. On the other hand, like, I guess you can combo your own stuff. Bring a Gibraltar dome to stop some grenades, stuff like that.
Well, no, that's what her ultimate does.
What?
She's got
the pylon zaps fucking... I thought it was just rockets.
No, she's got like a thing that she builds.
Yeah.
And it stops grenades and mortars from coming in.
I thought it was just the... Okay, I thought it was... Yeah, okay. That's even better. Fuck. So it's like the... in Rainbow Six...
Yeah.
Jaeger? No.
Yeah.
Bandit? No.
No, Jaeger.
Jaeger. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so that's cool. All right, that's way better. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that the developers said that she's sort of like a solution to third partying. That's kind of what they want to negate. Being able to lay something down behind you and then go at another team, or even like stop other teams from coming at you. So Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. I think, personally, she's going to get nerfed a bit. I think she's got too many pylons. Are they called pylons? Whatever
I don't know.
whatever
I'm
they are.
calling them fences.
Fences?
Altars are pylon, others are fences.
Yeah, unless... Because if it works the same way that some of the other characters...
Caustic.
Yeah, so
right?
like Caustic's got...
Yeah.
Right. And I have looked into this. I just don't remember. And also, the other thing I'll bring up is that the way they talked about this new character was terrible. It was fucking horrendous. Like, I finished watching that presentation and was messaging Yugu and Nate being like, how does she work exactly? Because I'm so confused. And Nate wasn't really sure. And the top post on Reddit that day was confirming like the abilities of this character, because even after me rewatching it a second time, I wasn't entirely clear.
I mean, I walked away thinking she could only do fucking ults. Like, I didn't even fucking put together that she could do grenades and shit. Like, I must have looked away during that bit or whatever, but I don't know. I just didn't fucking... There's so much you just don't really fucking get about her character from that. The whole fucking...
They spent too much time on cosmetics.
Yeah. The whole presentation in general. Like, all of it. The couch-based thing was just fucking terrible.
Yeah. Like, you look at the way Rainbow Six Siege does their operators, and like, hey, here is like a new operator, and here's all the ways that she interacts with the other operators, right?
Yeah.
And me walking away being like, does the laser fence do damage to people, and how much damage does it do? Like, the fact that there was a Reddit post, and the most popular Reddit post of that day was going into detail in capital letters saying that it does do damage is like a huge fuck up on their part.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Communicating. While we're talking about Apex, I hit 36,000 legend tokens.
What are you using them on?
I don't fucking know. Like, what the fuck are they doing with this shit? Right? Like, am I just not, like, I just don't play the game for half a year and I come back and I can still buy the next 2 fucking legends or some shit, right? Because, like, at this point, 36,000 is 12,000 for a new fucking legend, right? So I'll buy Watson. That'll take me back down to 24,000, right? And if I play at all, I will then have more than enough for 2 more fucking legends. Who the fuck is in charge of this game's internal economy? Because it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. It's like they never thought this... Like, we're talking about fucking Empires and Puzzles where they're, like, deliberately doing stuff to make you use your food to, like, sort of churn through economy a little bit. Not in fucking Apex. No, they don't give a fuck. They're just like, yeah, you just fucking build up more. The worst thing is that now that I'm level 100, I don't earn fucking crates anymore. I don't get crates anymore. That's it. There's no more crates for me. I just get more of these fucking Legends points. So every time I level up, it's just another 600 fucking points for nothing that I can't use at all. Like, what the fuck is the point then? Fuck you. Like, God, they're so bad at this shit.
Would you,
it's insane.
If you could, would you buy a battle pass with it?
Yeah, probably. And I'd actually be incentivized to use it, right? That'd actually be a fucking good idea, but they'd never do it because then they can't trick you into paying money, I guess.
Sure. Yeah,
I'd buy fucking anything in the game with it, even if it was like a bad conversion rate. If I could buy like,
I'll trade them.
Yeah, like trade it in for the other fucking currency, like at a rate of fucking, I don't know, 10 or 1 or something, it'd still be fucking worth it, right?
Yeah.
Idiots.
Yeah. Some other things they're adding into the game is a new weapon called the L-Star. It is a drop weapon. You can't actually pick it up for anywhere. So it's I guess a gold gun. They're adding in a ranked mode, which means you'll be able to play
with hackers.
Yeah, with with hackers. And is this different from the one that's in there at the moment, or is that separate?
Yeah, that's separate. The whatever the fuck it's called, the elite mode at the moment. Mode. It's sort of like a test for ranked.
Yeah, okay. So I'm guessing the ranked mode will be more like using, ELO rankings or something like that.
Yep.
Some sort of matchmaking system.
Yep.
And then on top of that, they're going to be changing the Mozambique with a new attachment.
Right,
It's apparently going to make it useful. So they're kind of going back on what they said before. of being that they need like scale for weapons.
No, I don't think they are, because there still will be scale. It still will be a fucking mad dick punch to land and find a Mozambique, because you're not going to have the fucking attachment that makes it useful, are you? Right?
Yeah,
like
unless it's really rare.
It's still going to be fucking a turd, right? Straight off the bat, and you're just going to be like, cool. Well, I guess I'll die now. Yeah, like there'll still be a fucking definitive tier list of weapons, and some of those weapons will be in the shit tier. You may as well punch. You're better off punching cunts.
Right.
Like, and the Mozambique will be there unless you have that attachment. So I think attachments is a good way to go about changing up the weapons that exist without directly buffing them and ruining your own tiers.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Battlefield 5 was up next.
Yeah, I didn't have much to say about this one except for Iwo Jima. I guess that it was Iwo Jima when they did their teaser. When they did the teaser at the end of the reveal of the new map.
This is for Chapter 5?
Chapter whatever, the Pacific Theater.
Yeah, 5.
I guess it was Iwo Jima. I love Iwo Jima as a map, but it doesn't mean they can get away with not doing fucking Wake Island. They better do fucking Wake Island. All anyone wants is Wake Island, and not doing it, there will be fucking riots in the streets. I tell you what, people are just going to be fucking so crazy mad. So they better do it. I demand it. Yeah. Operation Metro, whatever the fuck it's called, in this. Yeah, it looks rad. I'll play it.
Yeah. They also talked about private servers in
did they?
The end of the year. Yeah. Otherwise, the only other thing they really teased from that was the Chapter 4 update, which is coming soon.
Real soon.
Yeah. I guess nothing on the front of Firestorm or what is happening with that. Super disappointing. They didn't even say anything about Firestorm. Which was weird.
Sent it out to die.
Yeah.
To die or a storm.
And then sports games, FIFA 20, Madden.
Didn't even watch them.
Didn't watch it.
Tuned out. I hated the fucking format so fucking much. The couch format. I fucking hated it. I just stopped watching.
And then The Sims.
Didn't watch it.
Cool. That's EA.
That's EA. What's up next?
Microsoft. Xbox.
E3 begins.
Yeah, officially.
And it starts with, was it the Outer Worlds?
Yes, kicked off with Outer Worlds.
I didn't think this was a good way to start. I didn't think this was a good way to fucking kick off their big presentation. Not because the Outer Worlds doesn't look good. I think it does look good. I just don't think it's a very hype way to fucking get people on deck. You know, like you're supposed to be trying to G everyone up and get everyone fucking ready to rock, and showing them a game that they already know exists, and a multi-platform game, no less, right? Like it's on a fucking dozen different fucking platforms. I think it's such a fucking swing and a miss. That said, it looks good. I'm excited for it, but yeah, I just didn't think this is a fucking smart way to do it. Yeah.
I guess we got a release date confirmed as well, which is this year, October 25th.
Yeah, true. But yeah, just a bit of a dull way to start things off. Didn't have me fucking ready and raring to go. And then they showed Bleeding Edge, which looks just it looks like it's For Honor, but zanier. You know, like it just doesn't look good to me. I think it's going to be so hard for it to get traction. Apparently, players as well. I've talked to some people who've played it. You know, apparently it's quite fun to play, but if it doesn't get like fucking a shit ton of like players, it'll just die out real quick.
Yeah, I like the art style and that sort of thing. It looks interesting, but
yeah,
it didn't really do that much for me. So
Yep. Technical alpha coming out at the end of this month, though, so people can try it out. Apparently, they're doing codes at E3, but I don't know if that's going to translate into stuff we can use here in Australia. They showed some more Ori and the Will of the Wisps, so they didn't really do much with it. Showcased Minecraft Dungeons, which is basically Minecraft Diablo or Minecraft Gauntlet. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, looks interesting.
It's not for me. Star Wars, there's some Jedi Fallen Order, where they showed more of the same fucking location that EA showed, so that doesn't fill me with any hope. Then they did Blair Witch.
Oh yeah, man, that looks, yeah.
I thought it was Outlast 2
Yeah.
or 3 or whatever the fuck they're up to in that series by now. But yeah. I'm interested, but I'm not that interested. I watched the first movie back when it first came out, but I never watched any of the fucking sequels, not a single one of them. So I've got no idea. Like, I'm not terribly attached to the fucking mythos of Blair Witch.
Right.
Yeah. So.
I don't think that they're probably not going to go for that. I think it's just a separate thing, but it's being made by the studio that made Layers of Fear,
right?
Which I never played it, but heard like a lot of good things about it.
Sure.
Layers of Fear 2 just came out recently, and it was not as well received as what people had hoped for.
Right.
And maybe that explains why, because they had two studios working on.
They were too busy working on the big.
Yeah. Because
money.
The things that like were coming up in Blair Witch looked really unique and interesting. With the camera stuff that they're doing and some sort of, was it like going back in time or some sort of time loop weird things happening? That's what it looked like to me. I don't know. But either way, it definitely looks like a game that I would want to play because it stood out quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You skipped over a couple of things, but.
What did I skip over?
They talked about xCloud.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and so we can go back to that in terms of what Google's doing, and there's been some sites that have done some comparison tests between the two.
Yeah.
In terms of latency, which is a huge thing, because the way these streaming services work is that you're putting inputs into a game and then the data center is rendering all these things for you and then sending that information back to you on the screen, and what is the latency between all that, like your inputs and whatnot. And it sounds like Microsoft talked about how they're doing some new technology and trying to lower that latency. Like they're working on some things, and it looks like that is a thing that is working at the moment, because I think I saw numbers going around about 60 milliseconds in terms of latency, compared to 100 and something for Google. So that's that's pretty good. I've seen people's reactions that got hands on with this thing, and the way Microsoft set it up was they were running Project xCloud out of their data centers in California. It wasn't on a backlot in the convention center. They were running it how you would expect it to be run in your home. So a lot of people that I heard thoughts of sound like they were pretty impressed by it. It worked well, which is cool to hear. It's something I'd still like to get my hands on to see exactly how well it works, but the fact that they've made some improvements over the way that technology works is good.
Yeah, I heard mixed things about it, like definite input latency, stuff like that. I think that's just going to be a reality of yeah, that kind of stuff, right? Like the networked games, you're just going to have input lag, which I think is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But if you're willing to pay that, or whatever they end up doing it, maybe it ends up being packaged part of Live or something, we don't know yet in terms of the cost of it. But if it's one of those things where you can be playing on your couch at home and then all of a sudden take that game that you're playing with you on the bus to go to work or something like that,
yeah,
that could be really appealing for people.
It could be, yeah. True. Cool. What else did I miss? I don't
The
think I missed
Xbox
anything.
One Elite controller they showed off, the new version.
Right.
Um,
Didn't care. So
they changed a bunch. I like the Elite controller. I've got one.
I don't have one.
Yeah, boom.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well,
really
I've
good.
got this. So fuck you.
They changed a few
fucking
things.
Xbox 360.
I think they've changed, like, you can change the sensitivity of the buttons and whatnot. That is definitely old. They've changed things with the triggers. I'm a big fan of the Elite controller. I think it works really well.
Cool. Why did they need an update then? Oh, I know why. Because now it's got a fucking built-in rechargeable battery, so that when the battery inevitably fails,
Yeah.
as all rechargeable batteries inevitably do, your entire $300 fucking controller is kaput. You can't just fucking pop that thing out and replace it anymore. You gotta fucking the whole fucking thing's broken. Cool, sweet.
My Sony controllers still last.
For now, they will inevitably die, and they only cost fucking $60. They didn't cost fucking 300. So
You shouldn't eat them, whatever you're doing with them.
I'll fucking eat whatever I want. You can't stop me.
What else we got here? Microsoft bought Double Fine, another studio. We're expecting Microsoft to be buying more studios than they have. They also showed off a new trailer for Psychonauts 2 as well. And what else we got here? I guess the biggest one that they showed off was
Are you just jumping around or something?
Cyberpunk.
Are you just
Well, no,
jumping around?
your list is terrible.
I skipped the fucking Xbox fucking pass thing, Project xCloud, because I didn't give a fuck, right? And I skipped your fucking Elite controller, but otherwise I was pretty much on point. I was
No, your
on
site-
track.
Your site's terrible.
It's good. It's actually good. So shut the fuck up. Anyway, the first thing I wrote down was about Cyberpunk, Cybergamer, Cyberpunk, Cybergamer,
Cyber Jesus.
Cyber Jesus. I hated this trailer until the end. I'm like, why the fuck are they showing me some cinematic trailer when we all got to see the fucking game in action last year? What the fuck are they doing with this shit? What the fuck is wrong with Xbox in this entire fucking thing where they keep showing me fucking nothing that I actually want to see? They keep fucking just fucking pre-constructed like glimpses at shit. This fucking cooked. Like, why? Who put this fucking entire show together? It doesn't make any sense. It's so fucking dumb. Do they know how to do hype at all? And then fucking Keanu started talking, and I called it fucking immediately. Immediately, I reckon if you go on Twitter and you look for like mentions of Keanu on Twitter during that fucking press conference, I will be 1000% first. Absolutely first. And I believe the tweet itself was just the word Keanu with like 16 U's. But yeah, like called immediately, and it was the fucking craziest shit. It was fucking spectacular. It was such a fucking epic reveal. So yeah, he plays your like he lives in your head. Apparently, he's like your sidekick who lives in your head.
Yeah.
And he's like a fucking Yoda fucking Jedi ghost type thing who just fucking tells you to get your shit together constantly. Yeah, spectacular. And then Keanu himself actually walked out on stage as well. Like, I was hyping off just seeing Keanu in the game. In the game, I'm like, fucking, yep, that's it. That's all they needed to do. Well done, Xbox. You've done it. And then he fucking walks out.
Well, they didn't walk him out. They lifted the wall up, and it's like him standing there, and you can see the silhouette. And it's like, oh my god. Yeah.
This was at like fucking 6:25 in the morning. And my wife, as I mentioned, is unwell. And
you're screaming in the house.
Me fucking cheering at my fucking computer did not help at all. She didn't appreciate it. Even when I explained to her that it was Keanu, still didn't care. So yeah. Anyway, and then hours later you got married. Fucking pretty good day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Keanu walked out, and he was a fucking dude. He was the best.
Yeah, and from what they're saying, he's not like a cameo role. He is.
No.
From what I saw in an interview, in terms of dialogue in the game, it's the main character and then him. He's number 2.
Crazy.
So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Like, you got to a point where I don't think that, like, this is probably one of the most hyped games coming out in the next year.
Yeah.
And then they just, like, escalated that even higher by doing this at a point where Keanu Reeves is,
So
like,
hot
on
right
top
now.
of the world. Like, he is the thing.
Yeah.
The timing couldn't be any better for them.
Yeah, they definitely nailed the timing.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah. That looks amazing. He was awesome. It's like, I think it's an all-time legendary E3 moment, to be honest. Just because how weird it was.
Yeah.
Because he didn't walk out like every other fucking celebrity that ever had come out on stage and just be like, I'm the fucking greatest. He seemed like fucking nervous as fuck, which is really weird considering he is an international movie star of stage and screen. Like, that's odd. It's pretty weird. He's the fucking one of the biggest movie stars in the world, and he's like, I'm nervous. Yeah, weird. Fantastic. We got our first dipshit yelling nonsense of the entire show. I say dipshit. He does the guy who yelled out that you're breathtaking. Seems like a pretty wholesome dude. They offered him a copy of the game.
Yeah.
For being breathtaking, and he told them to donate a go-kart to a hospital instead. I believe a go-kart is actually a console setup. It's not like, hey, those cancer kids could really use a fucking Mario Kart experience or something.
Right.
Yeah, I believe it's just a console thing instead, which I think is pretty baller move.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't like people yelling out. And,
no, it's terrible. And it sets like this thing of, you get free shit now if you start yelling things out, and it becomes a giant internet thing.
Yep.
Which is, we maybe talk about that a bit later in Square Enix, but
or
escalated.
Bethesda.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a gradual escalation. It didn't just like fucking pop off at Square Enix because it was already pretty bad by Bethesda. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's fucking amazing. Cyber game.
But then they showed
Cyberpunk.
He went like that and did the release date, which is pretty good.
Yep.
They showed some gameplay in there finally for it. I guess it seems like snippets maybe from what was in the reveal or the demo that was in the public floor and also behind closed doors, because I believe they're doing 2 demos. One's on the floor, a 20-minute demo, and then one's like a 50-minute demo for media / industry people.
Yeah. So word is, we'll know more when Nate tells us all the gory details, because he's doing it, I believe, tomorrow. But yeah, apparently they're doing a run through.
Yeah.
And then they're doing it, and it's a live run through. Like they're doing what they were doing for you last year, where they were like taking input from the crowd and stuff. But yeah, they were like do it a stealth way, and then they switched to a tanky character who just sort of fucking bash their way through everything. So yeah, apparently showing off how versatile the game is.
Right. Release date is early next year.
April, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we think they're going to hit it?
I think they will.
You think they'll hit it?
I think they can hit it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be... I think it'll be close, but I'm definitely looking forward to that game. Like, I feel like if you're coming out next year around then, you just do not... Like, everybody does the Red Dead thing where they just back off and they're like, we're good, you can have that month.
Yeah.
We're fine. Thank you very much. So, yeah. Definitely looking forward to it. I don't think I could be more hyped unless they come out and they're like, Arnold Schwarzenegger's the bad guy or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. What's next?
Next in my list is Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. Holy fuck, this looked actually properly gorgeous. This is one of the like better remake slash remasters that I've seen. They are doing fucking work making this game look fucking good. I thought, like, just fucking, it looks fucking sick. I can't wait for it. I don't know if it got a release date. I think I was too busy jizzing. But it looks fucking fantastic. Like, later this year, I think they're still aiming for. But yeah, I'm about it. I'm in. Are you in?
I'm looking for. No, I can't find a release date. Yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you.
You're good. You don't want to play Age of Empires 2.
No.
You're fucked, mate. You're fucked. Then there was Wasteland 3. I thought this was tonally weird. Because Wasteland 2, to me, was this, like, super fucking dark post-apocalyptic game. It was like Fallout, but where Fallout went sort of goofy, Wasteland always went sort of, like, mean. And this felt super goofy. So I wasn't very much about it. Any thoughts? No. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is a new action RPG based on the Dragon Ball Z, I guess Frieza saga. It looked like. I'm about it. I'm there. Bring it on. Show me that shit. Fuck yeah. Unless, and this is a very real possibility, it's using the Xenoverse fucking control system, because fuck those games. I hate them. So yeah, skip that. Yeah. Any thoughts? No. Gears 5. What do you think of Gears 5?
Looks pretty gearsy.
Cool. Pretty gearsy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand what they were thinking showing this. It's 3 months away, right? Like, the showcase of this, I mean, in particular. It's 3 months away, and they chose to demonstrate a, like, single mode from it, right? That isn't actually the Gears game. So they weren't showing
It looks
off.
like Horde mode, but
Left 4
you're
Dead,
moving around, maybe?
Yeah, it's Left 4 Dead, but, like, instead of chasing after something, you're being chased by someone.
Right. I thought it was like that, the mode from The Division that they end up putting in the game, where it was like Horde mode, but you'd move forward into different areas. That's what I thought they were going for.
Right, I never played that mode in the Division, so I've got no idea what it is, but it sounds like that, whatever it is. Yeah. It just seems like a really odd way to fucking showcase the game that's coming out in 3 months, when E3 is an opportunity to showcase the game that's coming out in 3 months. You know? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, maybe it sells itself. They don't need to... They're not worried about it that much. I don't know.
They should be worried about it, because I don't think it sells itself. I don't think Gears has the fucking pull that Halo does. Or that it used to. Like, everyone, the way we play games has moved on. Sure. The basic corridor shooter isn't necessarily enough anymore.
I'm still going to play it.
All right, me too. Dying Light 2 still looks awesome.
Yeah.
But I just want to play it already. Forza Horizon 4 Lego Speed Champions. This was probably one, like, apart from the Keanu thing, one of my favorite reveals of E3. I just thought the way they presented this was so fucking perfect. Like, the deliberate use of the reference to the Lego movie to, like, get people immediately on board. It was thematically appropriate for Forza Horizon, and also like, entertaining, right? But I will not play this. I don't care to play this. So
sure,
it's not really for me, I guess. Yeah, you gonna play it, Luke? You loved Forza Horizon 4, didn't you?
No, I didn't play it.
Right. Fair enough.
I played the one before that, the Australian one.
Right.
Never played the UK one. Refused to.
Of course, because of colonial reasons.
Right.
Gears Pop Vinyl, Funko Pop.
No.
Yeah, it's a Realm Royale ripoff. I mean, what are they doing? That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, you skipped one that I want to talk about. 12 minutes.
Right, yeah.
I don't know what that
Yeah,
game is, but it looks fucking amazing, whatever it is.
I'm about it.
Like, I want to know how you played that game. Because
Yep.
the art style and like the look of it looks fantastic. That's the one where it's like this top down. You're looking inside of a building. Like if you cut the roof away of a building and you were looking from the top down, like that's what you're seeing. And it looks like it's some sort of maybe Groundhog Day-esque game.
Yeah.
But I just want to see how do you interact with that world? How does the player engage with it? Is my primary question. And maybe people have played it and they can tell me, but I was pretty curious about whatever that game is. I'm keen to play it.
I actually looked into this a little bit because, I'm well in, and I was reading some blogs from the developer, and he was talking about how, like, one of the things I noticed, one of the really interesting things, sorry, he talked about was how he wound up on the apartment itself. Like, you can go in anywhere you want in this apartment. It started out where he wanted to replicate a single day, like looping through a single day in this, like, small town. So it would have been a lot more Groundhog Day-y. And then he pared it all the way down to an apartment because basically he felt that there's too much like dead space for gameplay reasons.
Sure.
Too many areas that
Make it tighter.
Yeah, you wouldn't have any reason to go to. And so, yeah, he pared it down to just this apartment, and then he's pared it down to 12 minutes as well, to sort of really tighten up the experience and deliver something that, yeah, I think is very easy for people to internalize. Because if you watch like Groundhog Day, we never see all of his, like, Bill Murray's day. We only see the parts that they want to show us.
Yeah.
I imagine large parts of that day would be filled with existential questioning and confusion, visible confusion that probably wouldn't result in entertaining
Well, I mean,
viewing.
isn't there like a thing online where people have talked about how long he was actually alive for? And
Yeah,
it's like, I don't know, thousands of years or something like that.
6,000 years, some shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And someone worked it out, and the writer was like, "No, it's like 60 years," and they're like, "It couldn't have been." We've gotten to the bottom of it. If he was practicing 1 hour of piano a day, and he became like grandmaster level, then he had to have played
Along with ice sculpturing.
Yeah. This is how long he had to have been alive for. That's some pretty nightmarish shit. And that doesn't even, I think it didn't even account for all the times he killed himself. But yeah. Anyway, 12 minutes looks awesome. What's next? Borderlands 3?
Yeah, skip Fantasy Star. I
Don't care
don't even
about
remember what
any of the
Crossfire
weeb
was.
shit.
Yeah, Borderlands 3.
Yep.
They showed some. Well, I don't remember what they showed because it was also in the PC gaming show, so my brain is mushed between the
I'm
two.
not sure which one was which either, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we can just talk about Borderlands 3.
Sure, let's just talk about it.
They showed off, I guess, a new character, or they revealed a new character, which is basically her like ability is to call in like a fucking robot that she's able to control, which is interesting. What else was there? I've got notes here. I'm gonna try and find it. Do you remember what happened? Her name's Mose, isn't it?
Mose, yeah. She's like the mech one, and there's a Beastmaster. There is the other one that we played, the Operative.
Yep.
What's his name? Zane or whatever.
Zane is like a mix between two different classes, or three different classes.
And then the Siren is the fourth one. And yeah, they didn't really go into too many details, I think. Like, just showcased more
Borderlands.
But yeah, it still looks awesome. I'm about it. I'm on board. We were playing more Borderlands, weren't we?
Yeah, well, this was the big reveal, was that Borderlands 2 DLC. We talked about this the last like 2 weeks, but this is like the official the official reveal, where you can go in and play Borderlands 2 and its content that sort of fills in a couple of gaps between Borderlands 2
and 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've played a bunch of it.
Yep.
I think you've played a little bit, not as much as
Not
what
as
I have.
much as you, no.
Yeah. It's not a huge amount of content.
Yeah.
I would say that the main quest would probably get you through it in about 4 hours,
Right.
possibly. But in saying that, there's some side missions and side content that is in there that'll stretch that out to a bit longer, which I don't know how long that is exactly at this stage, but it's free content, so I don't think you can complain too much about it. And I enjoyed it. Like, I think it's good. It's, it's more Borderlands. They do some interesting things with some gameplay elements. You've got this giant plant thing that's taken over the area, and it's got this like toxic fumes that you can walk into. That you've got to try and watch the meter of how much build up it does on your character.
If it builds up all the way, do you die straight away? Or...
I don't know. I've not tried.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But yeah, you get like a boost, you get a buff while you're in the spores. But if it builds up all the way, you die. So yeah, you got to be careful, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was interesting playing with you guys because I don't know why you both have level 47 characters. It's a bit odd to me that you both got the same level character. Did one of you save game hack or something?
I think maybe Drew did because
Right.
because I was halfway through a New Game Plus run,
Right.
and I don't think he was.
Yeah, right. That was odd because I only had my max level character. You were correct in saying that all my stuff had been saved on the cloud, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I only had the one character, my gauge, and so I only had her. I had a bunch of stuff that I must have picked up last time we played because it was like level 45.
Yeah.
So I must have picked that up last time you and I played. And like I must have just been snaking good shit from you, as I do. Because yeah, I had a couple of fucking level 45 weapons that I was able to hand out to you guys that I think were probably pretty good. There was an orange in the mix, definitely, so
Yeah.
that would have been pretty fucking tops. Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, I was level 61, so I was like fucking, I was one shot and everything. And I think as soon as I got into the game, it got a significant amount harder for you guys.
Oh yeah. I wasn't doing any damage, like hardly any. And we were getting like one, two shot from everything.
Yeah, you guys were getting fucking walloped. Actually, towards the end there, some of those enemies were walloping me. Like,
Yeah, those surgeons, the surgeons are the ones that heal people, and they've got a shield, and they can like tank some damage. Those guys.
oh yeah. Although I think if I knocked myself down like 4 times, throwing my grenade out because it spreads out. It's like a legendary grenade
Sure.
that spreads out into a grenade that spreads out into more grenades that spreads out into more grenades. And by the time it's fucking finished spreading out, the fucking area effect on that fucking thing is like kilometers long. It's a longbow, so at least it does the teleport thing. But if I put it anywhere fucking inside of fucking 2 postcodes myself, I'm definitely knocking myself down, which is pretty entertaining. Yeah, it was like I had a lot of fun. Like, it was difficult because I didn't want to fucking impact the game for you guys by just murdering everything. So most of the time I was just popping my Gage as the Macromancer. So I call him my death
Claw?
trap.
Death trap. Yeah,
Death trap?
that's about right.
Death trap. Call him Death trap, and he like roams around. And I think he gives you guys back
I think he
armor.
heals or something.
He gives you armor. I don't think he heals. I don't think I've got a strike for heals.
Right.
But yeah, he gives you armor, and he'll swat some things, but the AI on him is not fantastic. So yeah, he won't necessarily go murder everything for me, and he
Standing
will
in a doorway, block you in.
trap me in a fucking prison cell for some reason.
Yeah.
You guys didn't go back to that, did you?
What do you mean?
To where I was, when I was trapped in that cell.
No.
There was like 2 purples in there. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I just don't care enough about loot.
Did you get any of the new guns?
New guns.
Yeah, they
No.
added some new weapons in the game.
I wasn't picking up
They were
anything.
like they're like these rainbow. I think they're called fluorescents or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah. I had one of them, and I also had a gun, and I don't know if it was one of these, but it was you'd throw it to. It's one of those ones where you throw it to reload,
yep.
and it would bounce along the ground. It would spin around and shoot bullets everywhere,
Nice.
and then it'd like explode. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, Borderlands is very good.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, it was. We had a lot of fun playing together. Like just fucking about. It was good.
Yeah.
I liked the panic that we're playing with Drew and Gerald, and Gerald would panic anytime I threw my grenade because I basically threw my grenade at him when he was far enough away, and the panic when everything started exploding around him, he just like shit his pants. It was quite good. That last boss that I played anyway, I shot him like 3 times. You guys did all that damage yourself, which I thought was pretty fucking good. Because
He was not very hard.
so no, and some of that other like I reckon those fucking surgeons were tougher.
There was a boss later on.
Oh yeah,
After that, that Drew
Yeah.
and I did, and I was like, "There is no way we beat this boss." Like,
Oh, really?
I think this is where we fail. Like, we're never gonna beat it, and we never actually died, but we got there eventually. It took us a while,
yeah.
but I thought we were fucked because it was hairy.
I got in just in time for another boss, right? Earlier, I think.
Oh, the mech,
Yeah,
giant mech, yeah.
yeah. And I was doing a fucking full eighth of his health every shot. Like I was punting that cunt. Like no worries, but yeah. It was a bit worrisome. So did you finish the
story
expansion? Yeah.
yeah, I finished it,
Yeah. Right.
but there was more content, like
Right, yeah.
more side content still to do.
Should I go back in and finish it, or?
I mean, if you want, I'd jump in and do some side stuff.
Oh,
There's some things in there you go and find. Butt Stallion. There's a mission about Butt Stallion.
brilliant.
Yeah.
That's his diamond horse, right?
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on.
All right.
There's
Moving
more.
on. Yes. Elden Ring, George R. R. Martin, and From Software. Didn't really get any details about it, but everything I've heard or read afterwards is that it's going to be a full-blown Dark Souls style game with George R. R. Martin writing about it. That's all I need to hear.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah. There's like some sort of breaking of the character. Like maybe that'll fit into like the nature of it. They were doing the whole Sekiro thing where the guy's arm was missing.
Yeah.
Like
It feels way too early to just fucking like anything you say. It feels like it'll just be such a fucking huge guess, right? Like at this point, yeah. Anyway, so there was that, and then
Project Scarlet,
yeah,
which is the code name for the new Xbox console.
correct.
They didn't reveal a lot of information. They basically, and it sounds like on purposely, they just talked about pretty much everything that Sony is doing. So they talked about the infrastructure, AMD chips, including CPU and the GPU. They're looking at SSD hardware as well to try and speed things up. They didn't necessarily talk about too much specifics about it, but yeah, nothing really stood out. It sounds like they're doing ray tracing as well, but they didn't really go into detail about that because like AMD doesn't really have ray tracing set up as of yet, so we're not sure how that's going to work. But they were, from what I understood from another interview that I read with Phil Spencer, there was a reason they talked about the things they wanted to do, and they on purposely basically reiterated what like Sony is doing. They didn't want to show their hand just yet. So
This was such a fucking. I think they fucked this up. I reckon they fucked up this reveal so fucking hard. They had the fucking center stage. They had all eyes on them. They had the opportunity to just fucking blow everything out of the water, blow everyone away, and all they managed to do was come off looking like an also ran to Sony. Because Sony, at the very least, showed us a PS4 to PS5 like Spider-Man demo, and sure, it was through a fucking leak, like air quotes leak, as if that wasn't like deliberately leaked. But like, that's fucking phenomenal. That's something fucking tangible. That's something you can fucking look at and you go, holy fuck, that PS5, that's some fucking shit. Like that SSD tech, that's actually gonna make a fucking difference. Like that is going to be huge for fucking games, right? They didn't show us anything. They didn't even do that, right? Xbox has the opportunity. Sony didn't even fucking show up to a fucking E3, and Xbox couldn't even fucking beat Sony at that fucking reveal. That is fucking crazy. I cannot believe that shit. It's so fucking crazy to me. They fucked it so hard, I think. It's cooked.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Holding it back so that they don't show their hand is fucking stupid. Because, like, when are you going to do it then? Like, what are you fucking waiting for? What opportunity are you waiting for?
A year and a half away still.
It doesn't matter. Like, you're trying, like, if you're trying to, like, get out in ahead, like, if your options are, you don't want to fucking have Sony come out and control that conversation.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you want to, there's no reason to believe that Xbox has managed to fucking hide everything from Sony. Right? That's insane. So you may as well fucking jump out and do what you can now.
Right. They talked about an event coming up in November.
Yeah.
XO19, which is in London. So we might.
Better.
Could be something out of that.
Because I know nothing. I know nothing about this fucking console, and it's only 18 months away.
Sure.
It's got an SSD. Who gives a fuck? It's got an SSD that may or probably isn't as good as PlayStation's. Because at least I saw PlayStation's, right? And they didn't even have a fucking demo. Stupid. Anyway, and then they wrap things up with Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Can I talk about Halo Infinite? I am so sick of being the dude who hates Halo. Right? So I don't hate Halo. I actually love Halo. Right? And I think loving Halo is what allows me to see how they keep fucking Halo up. Right? Loving Halo isn't fucking jacking it every fucking time Halo does anything at all. Anything Halo related is not fucking the fucking tits. That's not loving Halo. That's fucking blind fanboyism. That's insanity. That's like stupidity. Being able to like critically analyze something, walk away and say, this is what Halo is, and this is how you fucked up, right? That's loving Halo. I love Halo. Anyway, I thought this looked like shit. Next. No, I'm kidding.
I'm kidding.
But I didn't like. I don't know what they were doing with this one because, like, we didn't see anything. Like,
Yeah.
the whole fucking Xbox conference, except for Cyberpunk, was a massive fucking like dick tease. Like, it was just a fucking. What was the point? What's the point of E3 anymore? If Xbox isn't going to show anything of any value at E3, then why does it exist?
Yeah. And the biggest issue with this thing that I think is that I was looking at this whatever it was, this cinematic or if it's in game, being like, oh, they're doing some interesting character things with Master Chief now, but it wasn't Master Chief.
Yeah.
It was like another character because like they were doing like all this acting and whatnot, and then you hear him start talking, you're like, oh, okay, it's not him, and then Master Chief rocks up, and it's such like this massive contrast between these two characters. If you got this guy that's like acting his heart out, and you've got Master Chief that rocks up and he's like, big giant dude bro that sounds like a fucking robot man, and you just like, I don't care about that anymore.
But that is Master Chief, right? Like,
I know, but it's like
that's
so
what Master
boring.
Chief's about. That's why they got away with fucking 3 games in a row of trying to work out who the real robot was, Cortana or fucking Master Chief. Because yeah, that's him. He doesn't, he's an 8 foot tall super soldier who's bred from fucking birth to just fucking murder cunts.
But he's just got no character. Like,
They
should have evolved him by now.
He's basically Judge Dredd. That's his character, is Judge Dredd, essentially.
They did more character development in the fucking Judge Dredd film with Sylvester Stallone, I feel like.
Oi, let's come on. Slow down.
I need some hate mail.
Yeah.
All right. That was Xbox, Microsoft.
Yeah. Terrible.
Next up, Bethesda, which was later that day. Is this where they kick things off? Elder Scrolls Blades?
So it would appear.
Right.
Oh, it is. Yeah. No, I watched it back. Never mind. Yeah, I watched it back. It was Elder Scrolls. Or was it Fallout? I don't quite remember the fucking order anymore. I don't know. I hated it. It kicked off with a fucking thank you for being our fans. Fucking jerk fucking sesh, which I always fucking hate. And yeah, it was basically that for fucking a 5-minute fucking yeah, you're the best. Oh, Bethesda fans are the best, and we're all Bethesda fans too. Yeah, fuck off with this shit. And that is exactly how you wind up in a situation where some fuckhead can sit at the front of the fucking stage and scream non-stop, yelling every time anything's announced while people are trying to fucking talk through shit, just fucking yelling constantly to the point where, like, he got interviewed. People went and found him and interviewed him.
Really?
To find
I
out.
wonder if it's the same guy that was sitting next to me last year.
Oh, really?
Because he was screaming non-stop, and people were like looking at this dude, being like, "What are you doing? What are you on?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the fucking it's shit.
It's terrible.
Those are the sorts of people who do not properly love games in the games that they love. That's not love. That's something else. That's some sort of lionization shit. They've turned them. They don't love games. They love the idea of games, and it's Bethesda's fault because they trade non-stop on this concept of adoration for anything Bethesda Game Studios does. And that's why we wind up with fucking games like Blades, which is terrible. It's a mobile game through and through, all the way down to its core, without any interesting gameplay elements. Or we wind up with Fallout 76, which was broken from the fucking get-go. Isn't significantly improved now, and I can say that as someone who has been playing it I just played about 3 hours of it in the last week. Like, it's not that much better now. Like, this sort of blind adoration, it does Bethesda no fucking good. They don't fucking learn anything from their mistakes, because they, at best, the only thing they learn is that they can always count on a certain percentage of people to always buy whatever they fucking shit out, no matter what. When what they should be doing is getting back to the reason people love them in the first place, which is concentrating on fucking robust video game experiences. Blades is so counter to anything that I recognize from the Elder Scrolls that I don't understand how it doesn't get the same reaction that Diablo fucking mobile does, to be honest. Right? Like, you've all got phones, right? Oh, but Blades is coming out on fucking every platform. It doesn't fucking matter. I don't see how the fuck that would matter. What's important is that it's not a fucking Elder Scrolls experience. It's fucking... You've got terrible fucking press and hold fucking combat, and fuck Blades. Fuck Fallout 76. Anyway.
So Fallout 76.
Oh yeah, so I've been playing. They announced a battle royale mode for it, and I've been playing it.
Yeah.
It's I've won a game. I've got two second places. I don't think it's very good at the end of the day. It's kind of clunky because of the way that Fallout 76 is set up. So it's annoying to try and manage your inventory because it's still tied to the same fucking inventory system, which, show me a fucking Bethesda Game Studios game that has a decent inventory, and I will show you all of the money in the world because fuck, I'd be flabbergasted. They just can't do it. They're fucked. They can't make an inventory system. So anyway, like trying to fucking manage your inventory is crazy. You press R to drop stuff while you're in the menu and stuff. Like, why? Why can't I just drop stuff? Anyway, yeah, like there's that. That's annoying. But the biggest problem with it, in my opinion, is it's like grossly weighed towards like armor. Like people with armor are so much like better tiers of armor are so much more powerful than those with lower tiers, which means that if you wind up in the highest tier of armor, you are nigh unstoppable. The game I won, I was in power armor, the big fucking mech suit, and I shouldn't have won it. I got headshot, clean headshot, just fucking no worries at all, done, because I was just sort of crouching and looking through my fucking inventory, and I managed to stand up and walk away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cooked. It was with a sniper rifle. Like it took me real low, and I shattered the helmet on my power armor, but not enough to actually stop me. I healed up with a quick press of the button and went and murdered the guy. Easy peasy. He had fucking scout armor on, which is like the second tier, I think. So yeah, I could have fucking just chopped him to death, like melee'd him to death. Yeah, armor is such a fucking imbalance in that game that I just feel like it sort of renders like getting to the last couple of fucking teams and realizing you've got bad armor is such a fucking death sentence. You just can't do anything. You can't do enough to fucking stop them. Because you have to catch them. Like the time to kill is long enough in that game that you can't like catch someone unawares and then fucking it's like two headshots, right? It's two headshots to kill anyone in anything above, I think it's any marine armor or above, which means that you can't catch them out. You've got to you can't just snipe them from nowhere. You got to fucking persist. You've got to do sustained damage, which is difficult when they turn around and they're in a fucking mech suit and you're wearing fucking wood armor, and they just fucking shred you. Like you're a one shot, but everyone in decent armor is not. It's cooked. Yeah. So yeah.
Right.
It's bad. And I assume the rest of Fallout 76 is still bad because it's Fallout 76.
Right. Yeah, so Todd Howard came out on stage and was like, obviously the game launched in a poor state. We acknowledge that, and we were rightfully, criticized for it. And they talked about that Fallout Battle Royale mode and the Wastelanders update, which is like the next storyline they're doing where human NPCs will be coming out to the world and be able to start interacting with them. So we'll see how that kind of unfolds, and what else they sort of do to win back their fans of that game. They didn't really offer any details about Starfield or Elder Scrolls, the next one. So as they said they wouldn't, they certainly did not. But I guess we'll hear about that next year, it seems.
Yep.
Yeah. What else is there? Ghostwire Tokyo.
Looks fucking awesome.
Shit.
I'm on deck, right? Like
Yeah.
Shinji Mikami again. Looks like he's gonna fucking It's going to redo action horror again. I'm about it. If anyone's allowed to redo action horror, this guy. Fucking let's go.
That's a sick trailer they put out. Like the
It
world
was
building,
awesome. Yeah.
whatever is going on in that game looks amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, I'm on board. I have no idea what the fuck it is, but I'm on board.
yeah, he Koji'd it pretty hard with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or he might have out Koji'd Kojima because I was like, yeah, I'll play that. Whereas the other games that they've been showing, I mean, Kojima's game, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'll play that. It's a walking simulator.
True.
He's tricking us all.
You got ladders. You get ladders. Don't worry about it.
It's a ladder simulator.
Yep.
Yeah, and I liked Evil Within 2.
Right.
Yeah, I had issues, but I enjoyed it for the most part.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls Online expansion pack for that
I don't care.
coming out. I did install that last week or this week. I mean, starting new characters. Nate said he's been playing it, so maybe
Gold.
when he gets back, I'll jump back in.
Gold.
But it definitely seems different from the last time I played it. Like the starting area
Yeah.
has changed or something. I don't know. It's not the same as what I played last time. So we'll
Alright.
see. Commander Keen on mobile.
This looked awful.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like it's like a
It's a mobile
platforming
game, yeah. Like it's yeah, like is it turn based or I don't know. It just looks fucking sluggish as fuck, and yeah, awful. Like looked really fucking bad. Ugh. I was not a fan at all. Yeah. Wolfenstein Young Blood. I reckon it looks fucking sick. I'm on deck. I'm gonna play it. It's co-op. It's all co-op.
Yep,
I'm there.
co-op
Bring it on. Hey.
Co-op Wolfenstein.
Yeah, it looks like it's good shooting. I'm about it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be a fully priced game though. Have we talked about this? I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
I
Yeah.
think it's going to be a little bit cheaper. Because it's not machine making it. I don't think.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Different team then. It's a different team making it.
Must be.
Tell you that.
All right.
Definitely.
One of I think maybe my favorite reveal of E3, outside of Keanu. Like the biggest surprise for me. This is Arcane Studios. So that's Prey,
Prey,
Dishonored. Yeah. And this is another fucking Groundhog Day game, another time loop game. This reveal trailer was fucking awesome. I love the fucking juxtaposition between the two fucking characters. I have no idea how it's going to play, but if it's Arcane, they haven't steered me wrong yet. So I'm down to fucking find out what they've got in stock. It looks fucking rad. That's so cool. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm so glad. Got to check this out. Yeah.
Cool.
No
Then
thoughts?
they talked about this Orion stuff.
Yeah. I thought this was going to be, I thought it was another like xCloud Stadia thing, but it seems like it's more like middleware for xCloud Stadia type stuff. I don't know. Why would you showcase middleware in your conference? Like time padding or something?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, they wanted to basically. They spent a lot of that time also spruiking id software and like being the pioneers of, first person shooters.
Yeah.
Talking about a lot of the stuff that it has done, and then they went into that Orion stuff. So, I guess we'll see how that sort of unfolds into the next couple of years with all these, publishers or console manufacturers, big companies sort of involving or investing in streaming. Yeah, well, I guess we'll see how that sort of fits into things. And they wrapped it up with Doom Eternal.
Fuck, this looks awesome. I'm so about it. I thought battle mode, the multiplayer thing they were showing off, I thought it looked like shit, but the rest of it looks fucking awesome.
Yeah. I couldn't really get a gauge for what the multiplayer was. Was it like your verse? Like, it seemed like multiplayer Tetris in a way.
How do you mean?
Like, you're killing things, and then like the more things that you kill would throw more enemies at the other player. Is that what was going on?
Is that how it was?
No, I don't know. That's what I thought it looked like to me. Like,
I thought it was just asymmetrical,
Like
generic asymmetrical.
like a score system.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I thought.
I need to.
Tetris to be
I need to.
vaguely interesting, but I don't
You know
see
how Tetris
entirely
works
how
in
it will work. Yeah.
multiplayer? Like,
So
you get
yes,
lines and it throws lines at the player. That's what
yeah.
I kind of thought it was doing here. Like, you would kill certain things, it would throw them at the other player, like it'd spawn them in.
That's not the. That's
I'm
not what
gonna.
I got out of it. I don't know.
Right. I'm gonna look it up.
Right, yeah. Rightio then, my chum. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Fucking the gameplay though looks fucking sick. The platforming, the single, like the first person platforming. I think that was in the Stadia one, but like the sort of stuff they're doing in this, I'm all about it. It definitely looks like it's going to be more about like moving forward, pushing forward into combat as opposed to running backwards, which is I don't know. I don't want to fucking rehash again my thoughts on the most efficient way to play fucking Doom. But yeah, it looks sick. I can't wait. Yeah,
Yeah, it says here that it's a 2v1 battle mode.
yeah. So it's just asymmetrical. One person, two people are demons, and the other one's the Slayer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does that mean there's like what happened with that invasion system? Is that still a thing that's in the game?
I have no idea. I hope it is. It better be, but I've got no idea. So we didn't see anything of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we'll hear more about that at QuakeCon or DoomCon as they're labeling it,
Right.
which is soon. That's like next month.
Oh yeah, it is too.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that was Bethesda.
Yep.
Next up was Devolver Digital.
Did you watch this? It
No, I skipped through it and looked at the games.
was pretty funny. It was pretty funny as always. I think it only took about 25 minutes this time.
Yep.
Yeah. The saga continues. If you have watched the other Devolver Digitals, I recommend watching this one so that you're up to date on the I guess the fucking canon of the Devolver Digital press conferences. But this year they wanted to try the new format called Devolver Direct, riffing on Nintendo Direct, and as a result of Nintendo Direct, like the Nintendo Direct influence, they didn't swear. They weren't swearing, so they were replacing what's her name, like Nina. Was replacing all their swears, and she was freaking out about not being able to swear. It was pretty entertaining. Yeah, Fall Guys. I don't really get Fall Guys. I don't really understand what it is. Is it a battle royale where you're like a platforming battle royale or something? It's the best. That's the most I could work out about it, but I didn't fucking 100% get it. Devolver Bootleg is the fucking looniest shit. It's the 10th anniversary of Devolver. They turned 10. And I guess as a result, they have decided to rip off all their own games. You can buy it on Steam right now, and it's just a goofy fucking sort of parody of a bunch of their most popular games. Like what is it? Hotline Milwaukee
Yep.
instead of Hotline Miami. Enter the Gun Dungeon instead of Enter the Gungeon. Imagine a dungeon crawler, but instead of swords, it's guns. But also everything is made of guns and bullets and stuff. Like everything. That's their description of it. And Ape Out Junior is much closer to like Donkey Kong than it is to Ape Out. Yeah, just the dumbest shit. It's just such a dumb fucking idea. Yeah. Anyway. And then Enter the Gungeon House of the Gundead. I unironically very much want an Enter the Gungeon House of the Gundead arcade cabinet in my fucking house. I don't know how I get one, but I want one. I am all about it. It looks fucking sick. I love Enter the Gungeon. Play the fuck out of Enter the Gungeon. And I love me some light games. even just a like. Why hasn't someone used VR to recreate the old light gun games? You play that, you love that fucking Blood and Truth, right?
Yeah,
And you were saying that's basically a light gun game,
that's
right?
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so why don't we, but why not instead of that, just let me play arcade games in VR? That'd be fucking amazing. Right? Like, I put on the VR headset and then I can pick up, and then the fucking controller is like a gun, like a light gun, and I just play like House of the Dead and Virtua Cop and shit. That'd be fucking sick. How come that hasn't happened?
I don't know.
That's
Pitch it.
Yeah, I just did. Someone do it. Fucking hook me the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's genius. Yeah, but anyway, House of the Gun Dead is like it's a light gun game mixed with Enter the Gungeon. So everything in it is a gun and bullets and all the people are guns and stuff. Carrion looks sick. We saw this fucking ages ago. I remember first seeing this fucking yonks ago. You're a fucking thing from the thing, basically. Yeah. And you rip and tear through fucking everything in brutal fashion. The Messenger, I believe we played this, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this game's already out.
Yeah.
But I think this is like another expansion for it.
I think it's another expansion. Yeah.
Or add-on.
Yeah. And my friend Pedro, they showcased this first time last year.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone went bananas for it because there's a banana in it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's a like a I don't know, a game where you run around and shoot things, but you do like flips and twists and whatnot.
We both have it, and we're under embargo.
Yeah, we both can't talk about it because we're playing it. We can talk about it. It's in the trailer.
Yeah, but it's hard to. Yeah, we'll just talk about it next week.
Next week, maybe.
Next week, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
That
was Devolver Digital.
Yep.
Cool.
It was awesome. Right. All right. Next, PC gaming show.
Oh yeah, I got a list here.
Let's hear it.
Let's start off. PC gaming show start off with Midnight Ghost Hunt. This looks sick. I feel like PC gaming show had a lot of really good things in it. So this one was an asymmetrical 4 versus 4 ghost hunting game.
Yeah.
Where there's two teams, ghost hunters and ghosts. The ghosts have to hide into objects throughout the world, and then the ghost hunters come in and need to try and find them and like capture them. And the ghosts are able to like manipulate these objects and hit the ghost hunters and knock them about and whatnot. If the clock hits midnight, so a certain amount of time goes past. I think they said it was 4 minutes, something like that, maybe a bit longer. But if it gets past like the halfway mark, then the tides kind of turn. The ghost hunters become the hunted, and the ghosts become really powerful, and then can start attacking the ghost hunters. And then things flip on their head, and suddenly the ghost hunters are the ones that need to escape, run away. It looks like it takes, or I know it does because they said it afterwards. It takes inspiration from Prop Hunter, which is a game we've talked about a bunch here. Playing games like the mode in Prey, where you would the mode in Prey where you become a mimic is directly taken from Prop Hunt, which is
literally Prop Hunt,
a Gary's Mod sort of add-on that you could become an object in the world and people had to try and kind of find you. And there's been a bunch of spin-offs and different modes that have sort of taken that idea and run with it. And this is it's an interesting, I think it looks really cool to me personally. I'm definitely keen to check it out at least.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, yeah, that was. I'm all about it. I love it. I love Prop Hunt and I love asymmetrical shit. It's been on my wish list for ages since I first saw it a while ago, and I just wish I could play it already. It looks so fucking goofy.
Yeah. And then FunCon Games came out and talked about a few things that they're working on. One of them was Mutant Year Zero: Seed of Evil, which is a game I've talked about recently. It's like an expansion pack for that. Looks like they're bringing in some sort of moose into the into the mix as a character.
Finally.
Yeah, it's what everyone's been asking for.
I
But
assume.
that game's really good. I definitely recommend people check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's like a mix between XCOM, but with some exploration elements in there as well. They also talked about Conan Unconquered for some weird reason. That game's
Mutiny
already out.
Zero Before You Go On is out on Switch in 2 weeks. So,
All right, nice.
Yeah.
I don't know how to run on that, but
I will definitely be finding out because that's how I want to play it.
yeah. So yeah, Conan Unconquered. We talked about this last week. Not huge fans of it, but whatever.
We were talking to a mate who's fucking obsessed with it.
Yeah, he's played a lot.
He reckons it's better than fucking...
They Are Billions.
Yeah, but he's nuts.
Maybe I just need to play more of it. I only played that first level.
I don't know.
It didn't grab me, so...
He liked it because you weren't punished as much. And I feel like
Yeah.
the cool thing about They Are Billions is that if someone gets through, you should be punished, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's the game.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Moons of Madness was a first-person story-driven space horror game.
I didn't see this one.
Yeah. Looks...
Sounds good.
I mean, I talked about Observation a couple weeks ago, and I really liked that game a lot. So I'm clamoring for more story-driven horror games in space. I'll play it. I'll check it out. Looks cool. And then they wheeled out an Australian developer called Mighty Kingdom, who talked about a sort of like an April Fool's video that they released, which was Conan Chop Chop, and it kind of looked like a Zelda sort of action adventure game, but with Conan characters. And back then, at least, people thought this was a joke, but it turns out it's actually a real game that's coming out. And it's being made by an Australian developer in Adelaide, which is cool. So, yeah, I guess that's awesome for people that thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's right.
It's basically a roguelite action adventure game that borrows elements from the Conan universe, and yeah, we'll see how that one turns out. But keen to check that out. Evil Geniuses 2, which is a dungeon keeper style game. I never played the original. Did you?
Neither did I, no. But I was meant to. Actually, I did. I did play for a little bit, but I didn't play it heaps. I always meant to play it a lot more.
Right.
But I think it was just a bad time when I first got it. I've definitely got it on Steam. No. I got it on disc, I believe, somewhere around here. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't play as much of it as I wanted to.
Yeah. So Evil
but yeah.
Genius 2 World Domination. They showed a trailer.
Because I love dungeon keeper games.
Yeah.
I'm constantly chasing a new one.
Yeah. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. First look at some gameplay. Looks awesome.
It looks awesome. Yeah, I'm well in. I thought the trailer didn't show enough gameplay for my liking, but I understand it's a bit early. And it's sort of the theme of this E3.
Yep.
Not showing enough gameplay.
No. And then Torn Banner and Tripwire Interactive came out and said they're teaming up for a sequel to a 2012 game called Chivalry. This one is called Chivalry 2.
Pointless.
I'll tell you
More how
what.
it exists.
They showed some things in that trailer that I thought was really interesting. Like they talked about having objectives and different things you were doing within the missions, like the control points. So you could see them like breaking down walls, like of a fortified wall, getting like catapults and destroying walls with that. Like it seems like they want to do things like that are a bit more interactive, like sort of side missions that are in between the main bits of it. So that could be something that's a bit more unique to what Mordhau is sort of doing at the moment.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that sort of turns out.
These are the guys who had the philosophy that any glitches that people discovered were part of the meta, and they didn't want to fix them. And so every game was just people running around fucking rainbow fucking twirling so that they can fucking cheese their way to fucking victories and shit. I have no interest in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the next one was Remnant from the Ashes, which is an action game made by the creators of Darksiders.
Right.
And it looks like it takes a lot of inspiration from like Dark Souls or From Software games, with these like big giant boss battles.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember this?
I must have skipped it. I didn't watch the PC gaming show.
Oh,
I just
right.
skipped through stuff. So yeah, I
I
must
thought
have
they showed
skipped
a lot
this
of
piece.
solid stuff. Planet Zoo was out there.
I'm too used to it being fucking 4 hours long and showing 3 things and being utterly bored.
I don't mind the way they do it, of being like, here's a trailer, and then we bring the developers out and talk to them for a little bit. Like, I think that's really cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, Planet Zoo was one they showed as well. Obviously, a follow-up to things like Planet Coaster. A lot of people like those games. Patrice Désilets was wheeled out, and he was showing off Ancestors, which I do not know what that game is about,
Just got no idea.
but
Yeah.
I will play it because he's made some cool things.
Mhm.
Yeah, Patrice Désilets, obviously the creator of the Assassin's Creed series. He made 1, 2, and Brotherhood. I think it was the 3 that he made.
Yeah.
And then he went over and tried to do his own couple of things with some different studios, and it didn't turn out. And now he's making his own games. So yeah, and that's a game where you play like a apes, right? Or like some sort of evolution game.
Yeah.
Don't know. He was talking about, it's a game where you kind of create your own stories and you sort of explore your own way in this world. So we'll see. Borderlands 3, they wheeled that out as well. We already talked about that. And the next one was the single-player action RPG where you're a shark called Man Eater.
Game of the year, I think you meant to say. Yeah, this one's been coming for a little while. I'm still fucking crazy about it. I believe it's an Epic Store exclusive now.
Yep.
But I ain't give a fuck. I'm there. I'm on deck. Bring it on.
What happens to the people that picked it up on Steam then?
You couldn't buy it on Steam.
Oh, right. It was just listed in Steam.
Yeah, you could wishlist it, but
right.
you couldn't buy it.
Cool. Yeah, man, that game looks interesting. It looks like they're definitely going for some goofy stuff in there.
Yeah, like, fuck yeah. I'm so excited. I love shark games. Just went swimming with sharks, obviously. Yeah. So yeah, sharks are the best. Sharks rule. Yeah.
And this next one was probably the biggest surprise to me. One of the biggest surprises to me on the show is called Telling Lies, and it is a game where you watch FMV, like full motion video footage, and you're trying to put together what is going on in the story. And for people that may might sound a bit familiar to you, that's because the person that created this name is Sam Barlow and was a developer behind Her Story, which is a game that we really liked a couple of years back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's being produced and starring Logan Marshall Green, who you might know from such things as The OC, Prometheus, The Invitation, Spider-Man Homecoming. And we talked about a movie recently called Upgrade, directed by an Australian called Lee Wanell, who created Saw and Insidious.
Yep.
So he is a producer, and it's also him starring in it, along with 3 other characters. And it's them speaking to a camera about their lives, and you're sort of uncovering their lies as well. Yeah, man. And I knew nothing about this game, and I watched that trailer. I was like, I'm in. I'm so in. I'm sold. Whatever you're selling, I will play it. Looks fantastic.
Yeah. I think I tweeted about this. He first revealed this back in March.
Yeah.
And it's been on my wish list ever since. I'm fucking right there. I loved Her Story. I went fucking way down a rabbit hole with Her Story. I had pages and pages and pages of notes for Her Story. Yeah, I loved it to bits. I'm fucking so on board for Telling Lies. Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah. Bring it on.
All right, and then they closed up the show with Baldur's Gate, but they didn't really reveal anything else. They played the same trailer.
Yeah.
That was it.
What about the VR stuff?
What VR stuff did they show?
That's where that fucking VR video that you were pretending you found, even though I fucking linked it to you fucking 10 minutes earlier. Boneworks.
Don't remember you linking it. It wasn't. Was it in there?
No, it wasn't at the PC gaming show, but it was in the VR
Right.
pre-show or whatever the fuck it was.
I didn't watch
they
the
did like
pre-show.
right, and there was Pistol Whip as well, which Rasty was showing off on our Discord. Looks pretty cool. It looks apparently it's like half Beat Saber, half Super Hot. So it's
Right.
it's like a shooting game but a rhythm game at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to make you feel like an action hero. Boneworks obviously looks spectacular. Go find a fucking video of that. I might chuck a video in our Discord. The one that I linked to Luke that he then immediately linked back to me and pretended he found.
I didn't see the one you posted at all.
Yeah, I'll link that because they're doing some shit in that game that looks fucking bananas. A lot of that might come down to index, which would be a real bummer for old Jobo bought a fucking V1 Vive, but I don't think it looks like most of what looks epic about Boneworks will translate pretty well to the first generation VR headsets and stuff, so, which is cool. There's new update for I Expect You to Die, which is a really good sort of seated VR experience. But yeah, the VR was particularly interesting. My father-in-law came around on Sunday night, and I made him play Gorn, which is a gladiator game in VR, and I made him play Super Hot, and it was the fucking most entertaining shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
Right.
He was not handling it very well at all. I've never seen someone get lost in the world. Like his whole, like, he was just there, like he was in it, like fucking 100%. He punched a dude's eye out in Gorn, and yeah, just fucking went in and tried to fucking bash my desk up. And then in Super Hot, he couldn't fucking work out how to actually punch. I'm like, just punch like you would punch someone. And so he'd punch, and then because time only moves when you move, he didn't want to move. He didn't want them to move too far. So then he would just sort of stand there with his fist thrust forward like he just punched, and then just like sort of waggle his hand up and down a little bit, like trying to fucking get him to move a little bit forward. I'm like, just pull your hand back and punch again. He's like, he'd like take it back like 3 millimeters and then push it forward. But the best part was that over time he was like leaning further forward and further forward and further forward until he literally thrust his hand forward and punched the carpet. It was fantastic. It was the best. He had no idea what he was doing. He had no idea where he was, and he was woeful at VR games. But it was good fun watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. So Ubisoft was up next.
Ubisoft.
They kicked things off with Watch Dogs Legion.
Fuck, this game looks cool.
Oh yeah.
I was so skeptical. Beforehand, but holy shit, it looks awesome.
Because we were speculating last week, like, because the thing leaked about, like, you could be NPC characters.
Yeah.
And we were like, how does that work exactly? Like, what? Are you just certain people, or is it, like, everybody? And it sounds like it's literally everybody.
Yeah.
You know, apart from named characters in the game.
I sort of thought it would be like San Francisco, but like Driver San Francisco, but I think it's more like you will find someone and then do like a mission to unlock them or something. Does it seem like that to you? Like you got to do like an unlock quest or something type thing to get them to recruit them, I guess.
Maybe, but yeah. I don't, from what I've understand, like it's not like it's certain set people in the world. It's like anybody can be someone you can recruit.
And the shit people have been saying about what like these NPCs get up to, like they've all got their. We're talking like the fucking full blown, old school Skyrim dream. Like everyone has their own like life that they're living. But this shit is going all the way to like, if you kill someone's spouse, their habit will change and they'll stop going to work and start going to the graveyard instead and shit. Like, this game sounds fucking insane.
Like, what if you were just killing everybody? Is it just like a cemetery full of people?
Just got like this fucking just go around. Oh my god, we're gonna see the world's first like organic serial killer in a fucking video game. I'm gonna be the world's first fucking serial killer in a game. I'm gonna fucking hunt down people with families and just murder one person in that family just to fill out the graveyards. Holy shit. That's some fucked up shit. That's spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this looks great. And then they topped, I think the way they topped this off was by revealing like who the creative director is on it as well, which is a massive surprise. Clint Hawking is the creative director behind Far Cry 2. He worked on the original Splinter Cell 1, 2, and 3, I believe. So he was, I think, the writer on 2 of them and maybe a creative director on 1 of them as well. But he's done some pretty good games and basically has not made anything since like Far Cry 2.
Yep.
Because everything he's been trying to make has been sort of hasn't been picked up or hasn't been released.
Yeah.
So he's back with Ubi now and working on Watch Dogs Legion, doing some crazy things in that. It looks fantastic, like the things they're doing with it.
Yeah. I'm there. I'm 100% on board. Everyone got so distracted with the granny stuff, and I felt like it was such a. I would be pissed. I would be pissed if I put all this work in and you could be anyone, and everyone's like, I'm just going to play as a granny. I'll tell you what, I'm going to murder every granny. I'm going to fucking kill every grandma I see.
So that you can't be them. Right. And so, like, so the first thing comes up and it's like permadeath. Like, the character they're playing dies. And what I want to know is, and maybe Nate can answer this stuff when I talk to him, but they showed you, like, this person was in a mission, they died, and then it picked up in a mission later where they were talking about that character that died. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Like, how does all this branching storytelling happen?
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. Also, whoever was playing as that person who died, that was shit. That was so bad at the game.
Yeah, they actually died in it.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm definitely pumped.
Oh yeah.
For that one.
Yep.
Ubisoft was. I mean, I've always liked Watch Dogs, those games. But this one, I am pretty excited to see what they do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, Mythic Quest: Raven's Banquet is a TV show.
TV show from the creators of It's Always Sunny. So it's got David Hornsby, who is Rickety Cricket, Charlie Day, who is Charlie, Rob McElhenney, who is Mac, and Megan Gans, who is, I don't believe, in the show. And yeah, it looks like, I think it's got fucking Abed from Community in it, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Megan Gans isn't in Always Sunny, I mean. But anyway, wasn't blown away by this. I reckon they probably should have put some jokes in the trailer. I don't know. But
I mean, the name of the character is pretty good.
What? What's his name?
Was it Ion Grimes?
Iron.
But it was
Green.
Ian?
Yeah, Iron Groom. That's probably the only real gag they had. But yeah.
I guess you have to see more.
I will watch it, obviously. I'll watch it 100%. But yeah, I didn't think much of this reveal. It seemed a bit awkward. But yeah, Always Sunny is one of my favorite shows of all time, so I'm there. I'm well and truly there. Yeah. All right. What else we got?
They showed some Rainbow Six Siege, which is out, I believe, now. The
Now,
new
tomorrow. Is it now or tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow.
might be tomorrow. I don't know. It's out by the time people listen to this.
True.
Yeah, Operation Phantom Sight, 2 new operators, and a new map rework for Cafe.
Yeah. I'm in it for the cafe rework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brawlhalla Adventure Time crossover, so new characters added to Brawlhalla, which is a Smash Brothers style game.
Yep.
I've not played it before. Oh, maybe you have.
Not my kind of game. I don't like Smash Bros.
Not sure. And then Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. They didn't show a lot of this, mainly because they did the reveal a couple weeks back.
Yep.
But they had the main antagonist.
Yeah.
On stage with his
With
dog.
a dog.
Yeah, the John Wick dog.
Is that the John Wick dog? Because it looked a fucking ton like.
No, it's his actual dog.
All right. Okay. It was a cute dog.
Yeah, there was no reason for the dog to be on stage. He just brought the dog to E3.
Well, it was
not?
It was a good move. It was a good move.
Yeah.
Nobody cares John Bernthal comes out, but people are there if he's got a dog. Yeah, it was a cute dog. He's I say nobody cares, but he's a likable dude. And my only real problem is that his voice is too similar to the main character of Breakpoint, the main protagonist. They both have very similar accents.
Right.
And at best, it seems like Bernthal is chucking on a bit of country twang to differentiate them. That's the only way I can tell the difference. Which I'm not sure is such a fucking top idea, to be honest. But yeah, I'm on deck for Breakpoint.
Yeah. It looked a bit rough, the footage that I've seen, though. Still.
Well, did I talk about playing in the alpha?
Oh, did you play it?
I played in the alpha.
Are you allowed to talk about the alpha, though?
Oh, am I? I don't know. It says that I signed an NDA, and so I'm not allowed to talk about anything. But I never signed anything.
Right.
So
the gameplay that you saw, though...
The gameplay I saw in the trailer, of course, was quite janky. And there were... I would speculate independent of the trailer and anything else that I've experienced, which I would not talk about because I'm under NDA, but there's quite a bit of work left to go. But the foundation is pretty fucking solid.
Yeah.
And it's not quite Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Snake Eater Edition, aka the fucking crazy grounded type thing that I got the impression of from the first trailer. But there's quite a bit of that to it. Like, in my, I'm speculating here, obviously, but because I wouldn't talk about the alpha because apparently I signed an NDA even though I didn't sign anything. So I'm not talking about my experiences in the alpha, just to clarify. But just guessing that it's quite grounded and pretty hardcore and quite a lot of fun. There's levels. Characters have levels and stuff. It's
there's like gear,
but it's also like the enemies have levels and stuff, and so it's sort of reminiscent of Assassin's Creed in that way,
right?
Where you can actually roll up on like super high levels. Like when you start out and you're just like level 3, you roll up on some like level 50 characters. And the best part is, just guessing, just to clarify, nothing, not my personal experience, but you can headshot those level 50 characters and kill them one shot. But if you miss it all, they will one shot you back and they don't have to headshot you. They'll fuck you up. Which is pretty sick, because if you do it with a fucking silenced weapon, you can actually take out a couple before they fucking notice. And they are level 50, so you did get some fucking... so it's a decent plan. Yeah. Just guessing. Anyway. Yeah.
Yep.
Breakpoint. Looks rad. I'm in.
Yeah.
Also, Terminator.
Yeah, is this for Breakpoint or for Wildlands? I was confused.
I thought it was for Breakpoint.
Okay.
But maybe it's Wildlands.
So they're going to have a Breakpoint mission... Sorry, a Terminator mission in Breakpoint?
it fits better in Breakpoint, right? Because there's drones and shit.
Sure, but like, I don't know how they fit it in.
Oh, okay.
Because that movie is gone by then, right? Isn't that movie out really soon?
Yeah, but like the Predator movie wasn't out for a bit, was it?
Uh, well,
Sorry.
no, it was. It was way before anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like the Predator. I mean, the Predator. They weren't super linked,
No,
so maybe these aren't
I
super
mean
linked.
this was though. It was called. Wasn't it called Dark Fate?
What, the Terminator one and Breakpoint?
Yeah,
Was it?
I feel like it was. I don't know. Is that the name of it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway.
Maybe they'll time it with the fucking DVD release or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is Tom Clancy's Elite Squad, which is borrowing a bunch of characters from the Tom Clancy universe and chucking them into a mobile game. I don't know what it is exactly. Seems like some sort of turn-based XCOM game, maybe.
Don't care.
Don't know. But I guess we'll know more about that once it comes out.
I don't care.
They showed some Just Dance, and then some For Honor, and then some Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Quarantine.
Yeah. 3-player. Is it also like Horde mode? Like the new Horde mode in Gears?
Well, no, I think it's like Quarantine what we played.
What?
It's like the Rainbow Six Siege Quarantine mode that we played last year.
Right. Ugh.
That's what it is, right?
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Ugh. But like, I don't know.
It's Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too cynical. Maybe it'll be good.
Could have been better.
I just don't understand why. And yeah, like, I don't know.
Could have been a Predator game, is all I'm saying.
Could have been a fucking Predator game. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep. Tom Clancy's Division 2, they talked about Year 1. Some more content for that. It looks like that they're wrapping story content up. You're going to be going after the guy that caused a lot of these problems, released the virus, and it's going back to New York. New York, the Coney Island.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And then
cool.
some more raid stuff as well.
I didn't pay attention to this stuff because I don't give a fuck about the Division.
Yeah, you should. It's very good.
No, wrong. Anyway.
Uplay Plus, which is a subscription service that you pay money, you get to play games.
Yep. It's good there. That's good there. Roller Champions. Is there? I don't know.
Their answer to soccer cars?
Rocket
Car
League.
soccer? Yeah.
It's not a good answer. The demo is available right now on Uplay. I downloaded it. I played a couple of games with Kleb. There doesn't feel like one of the things that's great about about Rocket League, is that while it has a very low skill floor, the skill ceiling is out of control. Like, it's fucking crazy how high the skill ceiling on Rocket League is. It doesn't feel the same with Roller Champions, because it doesn't feel like you've got the same sort of, movement. Like, you don't have the same agility. You're sort of trapped in this loop, right? It's very rollerball, roller derby type deal. You're trapped in this donut-shaped area, and you loop around it, building up points until you can score a goal by throwing it through the hoop. But it feels very much to me like there's just not that much to it. Like, you score or you don't, but at the same time, like, there's a very large amount of simply making sure you get hits, right? Like, you can tackle other players, you can knock them to the ground and stuff. They don't have to be on the ball or anything like that. And so it's there's a large emphasis on just making sure people aren't available to have the ball, taking people out. And as long as you get your hits, that's about all there is to it. There's not shit tons of agility because you are sort of trapped momentum wise into continuing forward at all times so that you can actually get around the fucking loop. You can turn back and go the other way and stuff like that. And there's a little bit of strategy there. Me and Cleb put together a pretty decent strategy where we were just sitting at either end of the fucking donut, and then we'd fucking pass the ball between ourselves and like tee up some fucking real quick goals. But other than that, like, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's that much to it. There's no like air control or anything like that. So yeah, you sort of, I don't know, sort of get it very quickly. It doesn't seem like, it seems like anything you would get beyond that, any growth beyond what you initially understand of it, would be just refining little things and implementing strategy. Whereas Rocket League, the fucking sky's the limit. Like, it's not enough to, you get it instantly. You drive car into ball moves, ball goes in goal, score. That's fine. But the upside, the uptick from there, the fucking ceiling from there is fucking crazy, because you've got fucking energy management, you've got fucking air control, you've got like fucking passing and all that kind of stuff. Like, passing isn't just pressing a button, it's like something you actively have to fucking put together yourself, like using momentum and physics and stuff like that, and your own fucking understanding of that stuff. Like, there's a shit ton that goes into being good at Rocket League, which doesn't seem like it's there in Roller Champions. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they wrapped it up with Gods and Monsters, which is a RPG developed by the Assassin's Creed Odyssey team. It's got a very like Zelda Breath of the Wild vibe going for it, except I think the art style might be better.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So it's like similar art style, but in terms of the detail, it's definitely got more going for it, I feel like. Didn't really see much of it, but I'm interested.
Yeah, I'd like to see more, absolutely. But yeah.
All right, and that was Ubisoft. No Beyond Good and Evil.
No Beyond Good and Evil. That game just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, they cancelled it.
Yep.
All right, what was up next? Square Enix.
Yeah.
They kicked things off with Life is Strange 2. Is this game not already out yet? I thought it was out.
I think it is. And I don't think they kicked off with Life is Strange 2. I believe they kicked off with Final Fantasy VII Remake.
All right. Well, where's that on your list? Hey?
Next to it.
Well,
Jerk Patrol. Yeah. Anyway, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
this game.
Yeah, I'm a Final Fantasy dork. Like, I've been pretty upfront about that and stuff throughout my life. You know,
got a tattoo.
Got that tattoo, all that kind of stuff. No, I talked before about, you know, how my brother and I would pool our money to buy games and stuff, and Final Fantasy VII was one of the first ones where we actually all fucking agreed on the same fucking thing. It was a rare moment for us, and it turned out really well because it was this fucking epic adventure. We were all invested in what we were doing. It wasn't just us playing the game, it was the discussions we were having around the game and stuff like that. Really led to a deep appreciation for how games work and stuff like that. So Final Fantasy VII is, in a way, responsible for me being the world's greatest games critic at the end of the day. So, you know, Final Fantasy VII, it's not bad. That's pretty good. Yeah. That said, this looks fucking woeful. I don't understand what 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 the plan was here. Like what the plan is here. Like it's they're breaking the whole game up into sections. One of the phenomenal things about Final Fantasy VII to me was that it was this epic sprawling tale that never seemed to fucking end. You could do all these things, and that led to the sorts of storytelling opportunities, organic storytelling opportunities that I think I love to this day in video games. You know, the fucking my brothers would go away somewhere and I'd stay at home and playing, or they would, you know, the reverse. So I'd go away and I'd come back and they'd be telling me about, you know, what they did in Final Fantasy that day and the stories that they would tell. And we'd always like make sure we did the main story while we were together. But once it opened up and you were able to do whatever the fuck you wanted, yeah, the stories you tell about what you were doing outside of that main experience were fucking spectacular. And so breaking it up into Final Fantasy VII Midgar on disc, Blu-ray disc 1 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm not wild about it.
Right. I think there's that thing of if they don't do it that way, maybe the game just never gets made. Like,
maybe it shouldn't.
Yeah, because are they going to release it by doing one year and then the following year another one comes out, or is there going to be like a 2-year break or 3-year break in between?
Yeah,
because they're basically well, it's a remake. It's not a remastered, which is something that Square has been doing on a couple of their games. But so
a couple.
The combat is Resident Evil got remakes.
Square. You said Square has been doing?
Oh yeah, well, whatever.
Well, like 90% of this fucking conference was fucking remakes or remasters. Like it's, we're remastering Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. We're remastering The Last Roman.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Is it remakes or it's something that's different?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, been doing a couple is a fucking understatement. Like, they're remastering fucking everything. 90% of what they're doing is remastering games you've already bought once before.
Well, wait till we get to Nintendo. So yeah, remake is basically they're redoing things like the combat and the areas. Like the whole entire game is being redone. I don't know how much of the story is going to change to bring it up to date, but like, what did you think of the combat? Because it's a mix between like action and like turn based. Like it stops. It does this thing where you get to a point where you've got enough like abilities to use, and it pauses the game or it slows it down, and then you can start going through your abilities and then start triggering things.
Oh, I hated it.
The AT.
It looks like you're just fucking gonna mash buttons the whole fucking time. I'm not a fan of the Kingdom Hearts style of combat. I don't think it works well, and I don't think chucking in a fucking pause button is gonna do much to fucking help that. The fucking boss fight that they showed against the fucking Scorpion tank took fucking 16 hours.
It took them so long to go through.
And they were chopping, like, there wasn't like they showed it to us fucking unedited. They were chopping through it, right? That was the fast version. That was just the highlights, baby. And it was fucking 80 hours long. It's like, fuck me. What is going on here? Like, these dudes are fucking standing there fucking whacking away, doing fucking 3 damage. This thing that has fucking 16,000 fucking health. Like, who the fuck wants to do that? Who the fuck wants to watch that? Who has the time? Like, fuck that, man. Like, yeah, it looked awful. I thought it looked like fucking graphically very pretty. But yeah, I thought the voice acting was bad. I thought the fucking combat looks awful. The whole thing go fuck itself. I'm very upset.
Right. Next up was about 12 remastered games. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles remastered.
Yep.
Octopath Traveler. Is that a remaster?
No, I think they were just announcing some. No, it was going to Steam. Right. I believe.
The Last Remnant remastered.
Yep.
Sure. Dragon Quest 13 or something, 11.
11
Definitive Edition.
remastered, Romancing Saga remastered, Saga Scarlet Grace remastered. Yeah, remaster. Um,
Circuit Superstars.
yeah, if this is like Micro Machines, I will play the fuck out of it. I love Micro Machines,
Yeah.
but I worry that
Didn't
it's
look like
not.
it.
It looked like it might be.
I mean, if they were going for Micro Machines, I felt like they could have made it a bit more arcadey, but
Yeah.
this looked like a race course
That's true. That is true.
with no crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Battalion 1944, which was like they're trying to go for hardcore.
Apparently it's fucking popular as fuck, eh? It's like top 50 on Steam at the moment.
Yeah,
So that's cool. But yeah.
hardcore shooter. They talked about some Final Fantasy 14. This is the MMO content.
Yeah, yeah. We did a story on that on Red Bull. It's worth checking out because we've got this fucking streamer, or no, like a YouTuber,
Sure.
and he's like the Ziggy type of YouTuber, like not like a hype YouTuber, but like a fucking lunatic
Goes
min
hardcore.
maxer, yeah, and like real fucking crazy shit. And the copy he submitted, because for whatever reason he was working through me, even though I'm not games, I'm esports. He was working through me, and the copy he submitted, I'm like, dude, you need to explain it so much. What are you talking about here? Because I don't understand this and this and this and this. But he did. He explained it all really well, which I think is, when you're a fucking
A savant.
well, but when you become an expert at something, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're capable of fucking explaining complex things in simple ways. So yeah, he did a good job. It was good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Dying Light 2, we talked about already. I still feel like it didn't catch me as much as what they showed last year.
Yeah, me too.
So, a bit disappointing in terms of that. Outriders.
Yeah, I didn't fully understand what was going on with this. I haven't read anything else yet either.
Neither have I.
But like, it looks cool. I'll check it out for sure. I got the feeling that it's probably gonna be kind of Painkiller-esque. That was my impression, but that is full blown fucking speculation. I'm not basing it on anything particular. It's just, yeah, I think it's just because it was People Can Fly.
Right.
Yeah, it's sort of.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they're the guys behind Bulletstorm. So, yeah, I thought that was a good game.
Yeah,
Final Fantasy VIII Remastered.
another remaster.
Like a
Shocker.
remaster. Yeah. And then they closed things off with the Avengers game.
Fuck,
which
man,
is
some of
being- Sorry, it's being made by Crystal Dynamics, the Tomb Raider team.
the comments about this game.
Oh,
were-
man. They are very harsh, I feel like.
They were a bit too mean sometimes. But my favorite roast was it's so cool that they got the cosplayers to do the Avengers in this game. And the other one was I can't believe they got the stunt people, the stunt doubles to be the Avengers in this game.
Yeah, like that scene out of Spaceballs where they've caught them and it's like, you got their stunt doubles.
That's fucking
Yeah.
a bit harsh, but we didn't see it. Like, I was staggered that I walked away from that without any fucking idea of what the fucking game involved. I have no idea what the game
Well,
involved.
no gameplay, I feel like.
No gameplay at all. And so what we are going to wind up seeing is someone records with their fucking phone in one of the E3 demo sessions, and that's going to be our first fucking look at
Yeah.
Marvel Avengers, and I think that's so fucking crazy.
Well,
That's such a fucking crazy way to fucking showcase it.
I mean, there's definitely bits in that gameplay, in that demo,
Yeah.
that you can look at and be, right, okay, that's gameplay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it. There's a couple of fight scenes with like Captain America, Thor. There's a bit with like Hulk running over a bridge throwing a tank that looks like gameplay. There's a bit with Iron Man flying around in the sky at the beginning, like with the bridge doing like a A barrel roll looks like gameplay. There's a bit where him like standing up and shooting a laser out of his chest. It looks like gameplay. There's a bit with Thor. What's Thor doing? Thor, I think he's like throwing a hammer at someone, and it hits him in the chest, and like he knocks back into the like an ambulance or some sort of truck. That looks like gameplay. But there's not a lot. I'd say out of that, like 15, however long that presentation was, I'd probably say like 20 to 25 seconds of it looked like gameplay. It was just hard to tell what was gameplay and what was a cutscene or what was a like some sort of in-game thing that wasn't like the player was controlling, because we couldn't see HUD elements. We couldn't see like what was it was so quick cut.
It was very, very quick cuts.
Yeah, and we don't know like
I don't like.
Yeah, we don't know how it plays or how it feels or how it's like to control all this stuff. But there's definitely, I mean, if you go back and watch that trailer, I guarantee you there is gameplay elements in there. It's just not easily distinguishable. I know that they are showing gameplay on the floor. I just don't know what they're showing because I haven't really read into it much. But yeah, in terms of that, I think it's really unfair to be upset that this is not the MCU characters, like the actors behind it. I think is dumb.
It's so fucking. I did not get that complaint at all. I don't have any problem with it not being the fucking MCU Avengers. I love the idea of them expanding out and doing more. Yeah. The only thing that I did see was someone was saying that the problem they had with it wasn't that they didn't use the actors, but they didn't change the outfits, the costumes,
like the style.
So they didn't make their own Thor or their own Iron Man. They've used the MCU's style of Iron Man and Thor without using the actors involved, which creates it's a jarring effect and something. And we've seen it done way better when Insomniac did Spider-Man and they made their own Insomniac Spider-Man.
Sure.
And then you have the awesome moment in like the cartoon, where you see you get a glimpse and the Insomniac Spider like suit is there and stuff like that. Like they should have made it their own Avengers costumes, and then it would be easier to accept that they aren't in the MCU, and so you can mentally pass that away as Earth, I don't know,
whatever,
669 or whatever the fuck, That's a good point, I think, but I don't have a problem with it not being the fucking actors.
No, I haven't gone back and looked at those screenshots and seen what Marvel film that specific design has been taken from, because all the films, they have different character designs, the costumes, and maybe it is a little bit different, but it could also be similar. But in saying that, like Spider-Man had the same costumes as other Spider-Man properties. The game starts off with him being not the Insomniac Spider-Man costume. There's nothing to say that that's not like that later on, or there's different costumes. I mean, they've said there's different costumes in the game, so it's possible they've got their own in there. I understand where people are coming from. I didn't like the original the Insomniac Spider-Man's costume when they revealed it. I thought it looked fucking stupid. I didn't like the design of it. It definitely grew on me over time. And it was the one that I think I used the entire time in the game, even though you had, the original one you could go back and use. I was like, nah, fuck it. Actually, this one has grown on me quite a lot now, so I'm going to use that. But, yeah, the whole notion of that, we've grown up with the MCU for the last 10 years and they don't look anything like these characters is such a stupid complaint, especially when Marvel games, knocked it out of the park with Insomniac Spider-Man, which in all possibility could be part of this same universe. Marvel games could be creating their own separate thing where they're getting different studios to create these different properties. We know that this game is set in San Francisco, or at least it starts off in San Francisco. It's possible that that Spider-Man, like Sony's Spider-Man, is in this game or will be a part of this game at some stage. They hinted at there being Sony exclusive content. I wouldn't expect him to be a character that you play as, because then you're drawing comparisons between, the swinging in this game isn't as good as what's in that game, or the combat. But if he's a character in there, someone that you interact with, then yeah, sure, why not bring him in at some stage? I think that's a really fucking interesting idea. But yeah, to complain about the characters not looking like, Robert Downey Jr. is just dumb. And they got some amazing actors to portray these characters, and I
didn't like the fucking bit where they got the actors to talk about.
No, I think that's dumb. They spent too much time on that. That could have been a quick cut thing. But I like the actors they've got. I like the style of the voice acting that they're going for, and the look of the game I think is really cool. And the story is really unique and interesting. It's one that we've not heard before. This idea that the Avengers are blamed for this catastrophe, and then we jump forward 5 years and they've disbanded. We haven't heard about that recently. Told the story somewhere else. But I'm curious to see where they go with this, and then what the actual game is like. They're talking about there being story-driven moments where you are switching between different characters in this set piece, but also being able to play with your friends, and they can play as different characters. And then it's sort of being like this games of a service thing where they start introducing different scenarios and other characters come into this world later on. And I'm curious to see what it ends up being like, if it's like some sort of Destiny type game, where they keep rolling out all this extra content that you can go into and keep playing it. That stuff sounds really cool to me. But the fact that they didn't show any gameplay has me worried, because they put a release date on it.
Yeah.
And that's worrying for me.
Yeah. The fact that they didn't show any gameplay has me fucking very worried. May 15, 2020. I need way more info. I need to know way more than what they showed. Yeah.
But
anyway.
I'm still not as disappointed as a lot of people. I think it still looks really good, and I'm curious to see what else is going on in there.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it was disappointing the way they revealed it, I think. It was the one game everyone was really excited for, and it was kind of like, oh man, you guys could have just killed this.
Did I just sit through fucking an hour and a half of fucking weeb shit for this?
Do the Ubisoft thing. Have 4 people on stage playing the game and switching between them and having a stupid banner.
Holy shit.
Oh man.
Fucking never thought I'd fucking miss the banner.
Yep. Alright, and that was Square Enix.
Yep. Nintendo.
And then Nintendo. I watched this about an hour before we started recording. And by watching it, I mean I skipped through to the bits where there was gameplay. And the things that didn't look interesting for me, I kind of skipped forward.
Yeah.
And I finished it in about 5 minutes, actually.
Nice. Yeah. Solid. Yeah. This was a dud for me. I have very little to say about it. I guess it was the big one was Breath of the Wild getting a direct sequel. But there wasn't really much to go from the fucking trailer they showed.
Yeah.
At best, all I got out of it, I watched it again this morning, is that they went fucking digging through Ganondorf's fucking prison. Link and Zelda went for a fucking bit of a fucking picnic in Ganondorf's fucking prison. Right? They rode their fucking elephant horse thing down there. And then they're like, I guess we'll fuck about in here for a bit. And then they fucking let Ganon out. Like, I don't know. That one feels like it's their fault, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're responsible for Ganon getting out. I'm just going to try. Not sure who's to blame there. Actually, I'm very sure who's to blame. It's Zelda and Link. And if Zelda gets fucking kidnapped out of this shit, fucking hell. Like, they might as well just pack it up. They're reusing the same fucking Hyrule.
Oh no, I think
It's,
it's gonna take off and
what?
it looked like it levitated like into the air, like it
Yeah,
was
it'll probably
taking off.
just be up. They said in an interview they were using the same Hyrule.
Ugh, yeah.
Yeah, like, so what is it? Is this? Is it Blood Dragon? Is this like they're using the same fucking map but like slightly different stuff on it or something?
Yeah, it's gonna be hit by a nuclear wasteland, and
Yep,
everything's gonna be bright pink.
perfect. Yeah, like wasn't blown away by that. Don't care about Smash Bros. Pokemon Sword and Shields. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait and see for this one to come out because at this point, I'm still assuming that they're going to baby the fuck out of us. It looked like they were babying the fuck out of everyone. So if they're gonna baby the fuck out of us, then I don't want to play it. But it did like look like it was had some interesting stuff. Like the doesn't look like you walk through long grass and get randomly attacked anymore. It looks more like like the Pokemon actually exist in the world.
Yeah,
And
which is
you
what the
can
last game did.
what?
Yeah,
You can still get random encounters in grass in the last game.
was it? What was the last one?
Something.
There was one I played last year at E3 where it was like where they weren't random encounters. You could see them in the world and you go up and interact with them.
Maybe I just blanked whatever the last one was. Is it Sun and Moon?
Yep, let's go with that.
Maybe I just blanked it from my mind because I fucking hated it. Anyway, um, looks cool, and um, yeah, I'll have to wait and see because if it's going to be fucking baby shit, then I won't play it.
Cool.
That's it. That's all I had out of the fucking.
Right. They showed Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I
Oh, I skipped it. I must have missed it.
didn't yeah, I don't know. I'm still not excited about that one. Like I want to play it, but nothing's really like nothing I'm seeing from that looks very good. So, super disappointed. Empire of Sin looks like an XCOM style mafia
Oh,
game.
my bad. Yeah, I didn't realize this was in the fucking Nintendo. I didn't watch the Nintendo thing. I was just skimming through stuff. So this looks fucking sick. Yeah, I'm about it. I'm
Yep.
so in. Yeah, John Romero.
Okay.
Romero Games. Yeah, I'm there.
Cool. What else is there? No More Heroes 3. I guess that would be Suda, right?
Yeah.
Yep. They showed a bunch of older games. The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. It's like a remastered Link's Awakening game. Luigi's Mansion 3. That looks interesting. I've never played a Luigi's Mansion game, but yeah, looks kind of cool. And the rest of it just did not interest me at all. I think I skipped through the rest of it. Witcher 3 is coming out on
Switch. Yeah.
Switch.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, Resident Evil 5 and 6 coming out. Yeah, and then a bunch of Smash Brothers characters. Super Mario Maker 2. I miss that.
Yeah.
one,
Right.
But whatever, man. I just don't like the Nintendo stuff. They just
Yeah.
never show me anything I'm interested in.
I played Luigi's Mansion in an arcade.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's it. That's the end of that story. Anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yep.
That was E3.
That was E3. Yeah. What's your highlight of E3?
In terms of the things that happen, I think the biggest highlight is the Keanu Cyberpunk stuff. Like I think that made the biggest impact.
Yep.
That's the thing everyone was talking about.
Yep.
It was dumb, but I like it.
Oh yeah. 100%. Game I like the look of the most. Tie between Cyberpunk and Watch Dogs Legion.
Right.
Of games that I saw actual gameplay for. I mean, Deathloop, probably the best reveal I saw. Most exciting reveal in my opinion. yeah, like just looks fucking sick. I'm all about it. And yeah, game I want a publisher to give me the most is Enter the Gungeon, House of the Gun Dead. The full arcade cabinet. Yeah, that's probably it.
Right.
Yeah,
So who do you think had the best showing then?
Xbox showed the most stuff,
All
I
right.
guess.
I was pretty surprised by the PC gaming show. Like,
Right.
there's a lot of
Yeah, I
stuff
didn't
out of
watch
that
it, so.
that I liked. Like, a lot of.
Yeah.
Yeah, disappointed obviously by what EA showed. I didn't really watch Bethesda. I was busy. But yeah, I think Microsoft was good. Ubisoft was good.
Ubisoft had a really good
Yeah.
run, I think. Some exciting stuff.
We didn't really mention it, but we sort of touched on it a little bit. The people yelling out shit. Square Enix one was terrible. Like the Avengers trailer, they had they basically threw out all the trailers. They wouldn't cut the audience feed away, so you hear the audience screaming like every time something fucking come up. And because I skipped through all the remasters and shit like that because I couldn't ever hear anything, but the ones that I wanted to watch, like the Avengers stuff, that was really frustrating and annoying because every time someone on the screen was trying to talk, people were screaming out shit. It was dumb. It was
It was fucked. Like, I don't know. It makes it feel like I can't even imagine what it must have been like to be there. But I imagine it would have fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Having to listen to that shit.
I mean, what reminds me of it was last year when I was at the Sony thing and they were showing Kingdom Hearts. That was the only time I think during the entire conference where I was like, "Why are people fucking screaming? What is going on?" And it was because I had like fucking Instagram people around me and they were like live Instagramming while this thing was on, going stupid. Anyway, they shouldn't be allowed in. They should stop letting those people in because then we get the fucking blame for it.
Yeah. Oh, press should stop screaming. Yeah, fucking work it out. You nongs. Obviously, it's not press.
No.
All the press is too fucking surly. Shit for anything.
Unless it's Cyberpunk and Keanu Reeves, then we're screaming.
Well, like, we're only human. What a dude.
Alright. That's the show. That is our show and that is E3's show. Hopefully we can get Nate in maybe next week to talk about his highlights. Or we'll just recap the whole thing again. Get his thoughts on it.
Yeah. That'll work.
Yeah. Another 3 hours. Oh my god.
No, easy peasy.
Longer. Alright, that's the gap. You can find us on iTunes, Android, Windows Store, Spotify.
We got a question.
Oh, do we have a question?
We sure do.
Anyway, you can find us on the Gap, the GA Podcast, iTunes, Android, Windows Store. Please rate and review the show.
Do it, please. So Monkey Magic writes, did we answer this last week? I don't think we did. When did we record last week?
Thursday, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, we did record on Thursday. Monkey Magic writes, hey, mates, what are your thoughts on Atomic Heart? For me, the first trailer came out of nowhere and looked awesome, but also too CGI. Games like No Man's Sky, Fallout 76, Anthem, and so on have me second-guessing. Fucking, this E3 must have been something for you, Monkey Magic, because fucking hell, it was 90% fucking CGI shit. Anyway, the game is listed on Steam for a 2019 release with no fixed date. Do you think this is a legit game to be looking forward to in 2019? Do you think Atomic Heart's that fucking Russian Bioshock, right?
Game.
Yeah,
right.
Which looks sick, right?
Where'd it go?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
It's definitely coming out because NVIDIA did a thing with them for the RTX stuff. Like, it was one of the games that was spruiking for it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, NVIDIA's putting money behind it now as well. So, yeah. It's still on Steam at this point. Monkey Magic, I think, gets madder than anyone else about a game going to Epic Games Store. in our Discord.
That happened a lot last.
It has happened quite a bit. I did some investigation actually, and like dug into it a little bit. And the Epic Game Store has the fewest features, except for my Bethesda launcher. Has the fewest features and takes the most resources of any game launcher. It's about like a 50% increase on the Bethesda launcher. It is 110% increase on the Origin launcher, which is fucking crazy to me. Because I got all the launches. So yeah, it's pretty nuts. At the same time, it is only about 200 megs, which is inconsequential when you've got a decent amount of RAM. The only reason I bring this up, Monkey Magic, is because it's being made on the Unreal Engine. You might want to prepare yourself for an Epic Game Store release. They've also like stopped saying that they're releasing on Steam and started saying they're releasing on PC instead. So I'm a bit worried. But yeah, apparently they're going to announce dates sometime soon. I'm surprised they didn't announce anything at E3. Very surprised. But
yeah, because that would have drove a lot of hype, unless it's being pushed back.
Yeah, that's my only guess as well, is that it must have been pushed back or something. But yeah, I like looking at the website right now. If you buy in, you get access to the beta version in Q4 2019. So I think you might be looking at a game that's been pushed back 2020. I would say. Oh, it says full game PC or PC bracket Steam. So at the very least,
still get it.
People definitely be upset when it does decide to come out on Epic Game Store exclusive. But yeah, no, it's not coming 2019. It looks like, I reckon 2020, early 2020. Hopefully not April 2020, right? Because then nobody's playing it.
That would be dumb.
Yeah, that would be dumb. Anyway, Atomic Heart looks sick. If you haven't checked it out, have a look. It is very much a fucking Soviet Bioshock, which I'm all about. Yep. Good question. Thanks, Monkey Magic.
Cool. Was that the only one?
That was it.
Nice. If you want to email us any questions, you can send them to the gapodcast@gmail.com, or you can jump onto our Discord page, which is the gapodcast.com/Discord.
Yep.
You can find us on social media, facebook.com/gapodcast, twitter.com/gapodcast. Go to our YouTube page, which is the gapodcast.com/YouTube. You want to check it out over there. And our website is thegapodcast.com. It's got links to all the things we just talked about, including past episodes of this show. And that is all supported by our Patreon members. If you want to help support the show, you can go to patreon.com/gapodcast. Thank you, everyone. That does.
You're the best.
Much. Yep, very appreciated.
Did you say every month?
Maybe. Maybe
Nice.
you'll have to go back and listen.
Maybe I won't.
Okay, fine. And that's it. If you want to find Joab stuff, you can go to the internet.
Joby Jojo, @JobyJojo, or go to redbull.com and check out my esports stuff. Although I don't have anything this week. Working on something huge, but it's not ready yet. So when it's ready, I'll definitely let you know.
Right. Cool. You can find me twitter.com/Luke Lawrie, LAWRE, and that is it for me as well.
Cool.
So next week, we'll have to try and drag Nate.
We'll have to try and drag Nate. We'll have to get him in. Yep.
He can talk about all the good things he's seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the good and all the bad. Like sitting behind the dude who was yelling in the Bethesda conference, which
What if
apparently
it was him?
It was doing. It was not him, but he did hear them and he was annoyed by them.
All right.
Yep.
Cool. All right, that's it. Thanks everyone listening. Hope you had a good E3. Tell us your thoughts. Leave them in the Gap channel.
Yep.
And maybe we'll check them out next week.
Do it.
See ya.
Bye.